Join the Spud Club if you've got an eye for farm potatoes. Lonesome, spiritless, perhaps wrestling an earth elemental.
Good morning. Good morning, good morning. We are back. Divinity Original Sin 2, last episode we went around and were kind of kleptomaniacs and stole a lot of stuff. Spoke to a few people. We have some final buildings, I'm hoping, some final buildings to go through and talk to people. Probably the important ones. We've got the mayor's office and the inn where the murder took place. Let's get to it. Mayor Cecil's office.
Oh, golly gosh! One who flaunts the highways and byways of silly old Cecile with the easy elegance of a puss with her tail in the air. I do declare such a sight is rather rare around here. But where are my manners? I am Maxine, and you must be one of those hunters one hears so much about. Charmed, I'm sure.
Tell me a bit about yourself, Maxine the cat.
I'm the mayor's cat, don't you know? Born and raised on velvets and viands of most exquisite varieties. Maxine rhymes with queen, after all, and dearest. That is hardly a coincidence. But of course, darling. Be my guest.
Tell me about Cecile.
Oh, this quaint little town is a tad too parochial for one of my more urbane tastes. But one has to make do, hasn't one? The fresh sea air does go to great lengths to invigorate one's spirit, that much I'll admit. And it is rather jolly to watch the ships sail in laden with all kinds of exotic wares, full of the little treats the mayor likes to spoil me with. Darling man, he dotes on me so.
Don't you fear the undead?
Heavens forbid! No, fear is rather too strong a term there, hunter dearest. The predator's instinct is a trait we share, you and I. And though those rancid ramblers may not be quite as easy to put to the claw as mice are, I assure you, they are just as easily outwitted.
Okay, thanks, Maxine the cat. Thank you very much. Right. Let's close this door to the guards. You know what we're gonna do. Who's this? Charlene.
A sauce hunter! Oh, what a sight for sore Sicilian eyes!
I've got so much stuff. Tell me about yourself.
Me? I live alone here in town. Used to be that my younger brother Tom and I were practically joined at the hip, but that's all changed now.
What happened to your brother Tom?
Oh, he's always been something of a rascal, calling his petty hooliganism adventuring and endlessly worrying my poor mind. Oh, but of course, I've always loved that scamp to bits. For my part, I encouraged him to join the Legion. Even got him sparring with Captain Aureus now and then. But then those blasted Fabulous Five came into town.
The Fabulous Five. Uh-huh.
That band of... I don't even know what to call them. Well, they're his heroes, and I simply couldn't prevent him from going to see them. That one meeting was all it took for Tom to run off with them on some mission to God knows where.
Okay. Interesting. Mayor Cecile?
What? Oh, it's you. Come closer then. Closer, huh? My ears aren't what they used to be. Nor my eyes, for that matter. Yes, hello, Source Hunter. Our city welcomes you.
Tell me about yourself.
My elf? What elf?
Oh, God.
Oh, myself. I am Cecil, Mayor of Cecile, and husband of the stately Cecilia. I've been the mayor here for decades, and I'm quite eager to see Cecile through these difficult times. Yes, very difficult times indeed.
Tell me about the issues in Cecile.
What? Oh, you mean Cecile? Very difficult times indeed. As though the death of Jake, and by source magic no less, weren't enough. We're also facing all sorts of brutish intruders. The undead have overrun all but one northern trade route, while the orcs are making a habit of savaging our beaches. That's not to mention that at the top of this whole caboodle, there's rumors of some new religious sect or cult or some such sticking its tendrils into the innocent, seven-fearing folks of Sicil.
Mayor Cecil, I love him. He's the murderer.
And, while we're on the subject of troubles, I myself have a private matter I'd like to bring to your attention. It involves a magic relic I rather foolishly sought. A weapon called the Staff of Pergamon.
So, about Jake's murder.
Jake? Murdered? Oh, yes. Yes, now I recall. Indeed. I could hardly believe it myself. The Council and I have certainly had our differences over the years, but old squabbles evaporate under such circumstances. Most of the townsfolk are certain Jake's wife Esmeralda is responsible. In fact, the Legion have taken her into protective custody to keep her safe from the mob.
No, they haven't. She's in her shop. Right?
As you can imagine, I've known Esmeralda for years. That business between her and the Duke of Ferrol was always a bit suggestive. But I've never had cause to suspect her of violence. Still, one never knows for sure.
Tell me about the Duke of Ferrol.
An all right bloke, apart from all this Esmeralda nonsense. The whole town knows the only goal of his business trips to Sicil is to spend a night or two at the King Crab Inn with Mrs. Counselor.
Ah, okay. Tell me more about the undead.
What? The undead? Yes, for the past 2 years, those blasted skeletons have all but suffocated this city. With all but one trade route overrun, Sicil's once torrential commerce has slowed to a pathetic trickle.
And what's this about a Staff of Pergamon?
What of what now? Oh, you're speaking gibberish. Ah, you mean the Staff of Pergamon. Yes, yes. I was expecting a shipment of weapons, and among the cargo was this very powerful, very rare staff. I managed to place the order through means somewhat, atypical to a government official.
Sounds like I want this stuff.
Cecil proved an old fool, though. For the merchant slated to deliver it to me has just informed me that the damn thing has gone missing. I fear it may have fallen into the wrong hands, and I wonder if you could retrieve it for me.
Tell me about the merchant.
His name is Conrad, captain of the Tide Splitter, a merchant ship still docked at the Sicil harbor. You can talk to him if you think it'd help, but I'd quite like to avoid getting the Legion involved, if you don't mind.
And tell me about the staff itself.
The staff itself contains a shard of an ore, highly valued for its use in the weapons of war. I know use of the material to be forbidden, but I was desperate to do something to aid the townsfolk against the undead.
Tell me more about Rivellon's sects.
Well, I do believe that's something your parents ought to have discussed with you long ago, Source Hunter. But I suppose if you really don't know, I'd be remiss if I didn't at least explain the basics.
Oh, I love this guy.
Ah, you see, when a lady and a fellow find each other rather nice, well, rather more than nice, they occasionally, well, they... Oh, this is nonsense. I'm the mayor for the 7th sake. I can't be bothered to chat all day about the birds and the bees when Sicil's under siege by orcs, undead, and cultists.
Okay, tell me more about the library.
That depends. What kind of berries are you interested in, exactly? Ah, the library. Yes, yes, you must have a visit. It's the gem of Sicil. Would you like to have a look? I'll escort you upstairs myself.
Oh, the library's upstairs. No, not
Please
just
yourself. Let me know if you change your mind. You won't regret it.
now. Do you have any work for a trio of sailors?
No. All my clothes are in fine condition, thanks. I've been going to the same tailor for years.
I met your pet, Maxine.
Maxine? What in heaven's name are you? Oh, you mean the mongrel that's always skulking about the place. I spent months trying to teach that worthless hound how to fetch, and it sat through every lesson looking at me as if I were an idiot. Man's best friend, my eye. I've always been more fond of cats myself.
He's an idiot. He's definitely the murderer. I love him. I'll take my leave. Can we tell
You
her?
haven't left town yet, have you? Jolly. But of course, darling. Be my guest.
Do you know Mayor Cecil called you, how should I put this, a canine?
Oh, my golly gumdrops, he did what? The nerve of the man. I knew he was hard of hearing and soft of wit, but this is a new low even for him. Oh, do calm down, Maxine. Compose yourself. Envision a calm ocean filled so plentifully with fish they positively flounder on the beach. There we are. Indignation has been dispelled. No longer do I care that booby of a mayor called me the C word. A nervous twitch suddenly makes Maxine's whiskers wiggle. I don't care in the least.
Okay, bye then. Right. You know what we're doing now. You come over here.
Hello
Talk to
again,
you.
adventurer. I hope you wipe those muddy boots on your way
You come
in.
over here. Actually, you were about to wander off. Because this would be perfect. Talking to you from here. Lovely. Do a quick save. You know what time it is. It's klepto time. Key to the living quarters. Perfect. What do we have? I don't know if I can get in that cupboard just yet. Some old rags. Lovely. Lots of chairs. You don't have a lot, do you, Mayor Cecil? No. Painting of a man, light gold cup, light gold cup. Could probably get into here. I'm not convinced I'll be able to get into here. I can. Okay, very good. And then apparently I can use this to get in here. Lovely stuff. Let's go and steal this. What's that? Teleporter pyramid. Cecilia. Okay, so there's someone in there. I'm finding so much stuff, guys. This is amazing. Doodle-doo-doo-doo. Where is that key? It says there's a key there. Where is it? Just on the floor, apparently. Okay. So I'm not supposed to be in here, remember? So I guess we'll do another quick save, because I've got all this stuff now. What do we think? can I sneak in there enough to get that teleport pyramid? Let's give it a go. God, it's locked. How do you even get in there then? I guess you got to teleport in. Okay, so change of plan. We'll sneak back out here. Do. Unhide. You can take your leave. You can take your leave. Come on, guys. Well done. Well done indeed. Right, who do we have in here?
The key of Sadakandras. Ugh, what nonsense. The Pseudomonarchia Daemonum. And the first edition too. Most promising.
Who are you?
Omnes autem mali daemonis quam. What? What is this? Who are you to interrupt my musings? By Naga the Protector, they have the manners of boors, these boatmen of Sicil.
Place this book here. A volume of poetry among novels?
Oh, but perhaps I spoke too soon. Perhaps I was mistaken. For you hardly resemble the local fisher folk, which, incidentally, is a compliment of copious dimensions indeed. No, a source hunter, that is what you are. Yes, a stalker of sorcery, a chaser of charms pernicious. In truth, I cannot go so far as to say it is a pleasure to make your acquaintance, for I take no pleasure in the company of man. But it may just be to our mutual advantage to join forces nonetheless.
Why would you want to join forces?
Why? Simply because you hunt source, and I, Jehan, hunt demons. You are aware, of course, that quite often both of these pests frequent the same shadowy pools of infamy. Now, I hate what I hunt, but I respect its cunning. Should I not, I'd have been decimated, body and soul, long since. This is a sentiment I'm quite certain you must recognize. Let there be strength in cunning, yes, but also in numbers. The calculus of wizardry I offer you, the might of the magician's mastermind. On one condition, that on our joint travels we will never deal with demonic entities, no matter how tempting their propositions. Give me your word on this, and I'll weave you spells.
The night is
Very well.
Agreed. Nothing good ever came from
I wonder if you can
bargaining
get
with
a
those devils anyway.
demon as a party member later on.
Most gratifying. I see you are firm of purpose and thereby ready to descend. Descend into the madness that is sorcery, into the depths where demons dance. Gladly shall I follow you into the abyss. Onward, blood and triumph await.
Nice. So that's another party member, Charlene. Hi, Victoria.
In the name of Amun-Hor, I bid thee Tujda Geta Hal, be welcome, human. My library is yours, as I hope your friendship is mine.
The Forgotten Language of Fairy. If I sell you a lot of stuff that I've just stolen, can I have that book, please? What else did I steal? They're just blanks. Okay. I don't want to pay 36. How about with that as well? That reduces that. Old Elvish fire stuff. I don't think I want that, but maybe whatever he's called, Jahan wants it. Oh yeah, I got some clothes that you can have. Knockdown arrowhead. Got anything else to sell? I guess not. I can pay 22 gold for the book. Whatever. Who are you, madam?
I am Victoria, daughter of Mayor Cecil. Oh, I know what you're thinking. The likeness isn't exactly striking, is it? When I was very young, you see, I must have been cast out by my tribe, for I was found in a wicker basket floating past Sicile toward the sea. The fisherman who found me would have drowned me on the spot, for I am an orc after all. But praise be Amon Hor, dear Cecil was among the gathered crowd, and he took pity on the exiled infant the chance had put in his way. He raised me like I was his own. This kindest of souls taught me the language of men, their customs and their letters. Thus, I became the city's librarian, a position I uphold with no small diligence and pride.
May I take books from the library?
Indeed you may. The wisdom I here hoard is yours to peruse and even take with you. All I can ask is that you return the books you borrow so that others may enjoy them too. Turjagetaf.
Okay. Okay.
Kajdanor.
Right.
The brief history of sorcery still hasn't been returned.
You come over
Fellow will
here.
have to pay yet.
Talk to you.
Turjageta, friend.
You come over here. Talk to you. I, quick save, go on my klepto spree. Oh, wait. Let me just reload that quick save. I forgot to sneak. Door. Right, you're busy talking, you're busy talking. Now I will sneak and start stealing things. Money, perfect. Luckily, I'm allowed to just take that one.
Sigurd's beard, what a find!
Right. Nothing in there. Nothing in there. Fun with fluids, crafting.
Now this is valuable.
Pirate's Life. It's fun how some books seem to be valuable and others not. And there doesn't seem to be any kind of indication as to why yes to some and no to others. Right, is that everything? Are we plundered? think so. Take your leave. You can also take your leave. Where did Jahan go? Oh, he's over here. Are you stuck? Why aren't you coming?
The brief history of sorcery still hasn't
Right,
been
what we got?
returned. Teleron will have to pay yet another fine.
Sheet of paper can be used to create a scroll. That's good. Fun with Fluids, Volume 2. If you've ever tried consuming a Ginipia mushroom... I think I've already read that one. A Pirate's Life. The book's tight binding belies its age. Bits of crumbling pages stick to your fingers as you turn each page. A Pirate's Life. Shipmate Fulkerson's diary. Whoever came upon the idea to go hunting for treasure in Sicile should be keelhauled. I cared not for diaries before we ended up in this accursed place. As I fear the end is nigh, I feel obliged to warn my fellow pirates, avoid Sicile. As sunny as its beaches are, as golden as the sun shines its cobblestone roads, equally corrupt is this hellhole. There are laws for everything in Sicile, and every law contradicts the other. At the beginning, we tried to work alongside the system for some time, better to ease down the local suspicions, you see. But I fear every trader that sets foot in Sicile must become a pirate or an outlaw, whether they realize it or not. There are taxes on docking a ship, there are taxes on owning a ship, there are taxes on docking without a ship, there are taxes on boarding and unboarding the ship, but one cannot unboard without having boarded in Sicile first. Oi, what's it even mean? There are taxes on entering the tavern if you're not a Sicilian, and there's a law against entering the tavern if you ain't a Sicilian. Unaware, you enter, pay the tax, then get thrown in jail when the locals realize your anchor's set elsewhere. But that's not the worst part. We came here looking for treasure. There is a skull-shaped cave on the beach, and the captain is certain there's a pirate's bounty within. We have sent out a dozen of our best men a fortnight ago, but they've yet to return. The rumour amongst our men is the cave is haunted. Hogwash. The rest of us will investigate tomorrow. If our crew is not returned, then it's goodbye Sicile.
Sometimes I think these books sprout little legs in the night.
Skull-shaped cave, eh? Cracking up a crowd. Much like making love, comedy requires equal parts passion and delivery. Fever for the stage is not enough. No. The truly successful comedian will study the details of the craft through countless long, lonely nights in preparation for his rendezvous with the audience. Compiled within this volume are some of Rivlon's finest funnies, enough to make a granite statue grin. During a dwarven funeral, the bearers of the casket accidentally bump into a wall and hear a faint moan. They open the casket to find out the dwarven woman inside is actually alive. The entire funeral party rejoices, and a joyful tear springs into her husband's eye. The dwarven lady lives for 10 more years and then dies. There is another funeral for her. At the end of the service, the bearers carry out the casket. As they're walking out, the husband cries out, "Watch out for the wall!" An elf and an orc show up in a hall of echoes at the same time. The orc says he froze to death, and the elf says he died of a heart attack. "How did that happen?" asked the orc. The elf replied, "Well, I came home and thought I heard my wife in bed with someone else, but when I searched the house I couldn't find anybody. I was so stricken with remorse for wrongly accusing my wife of infidelity, I had a heart attack and died on the spot." "Geez," says the orc, "if you'd opened the icebox, we'd both be alive right now." Oh no. Every 10 years, the elven wood priests in the high monastery are allowed to break their vow of silence to speak 2 words. 10 years go by and it's one priest's first chance. He thinks for a second before saying, "Food bad." 10 years later, he says, "Bed hard." It's the big day, a decade later. He gives the head priest a long stare and says, "I quit." "I'm not surprised," the elven high priest says. "You've been complaining ever since you got here."
Volume 1, Volume 2. Where's the third one gone?
Fun with Fluids Volume 2 we read. Is this reducing the amount that I carry, by the way, putting it in my bag? 51.54. And then if I put this in here... No, it doesn't. Fun with Fluids. Drundane's qualities are many and well documented. For an adventurer, it isn't wise to consume in the thick of battle, though recreational use is widely accepted amongst liberal circles. Knowledge is significantly less widely spread, however, that a Drundane is best consumed from within a flask, as the bottling process often brings out its finest features. Yay! history of Sicile. A brief history of Sicile. Though Sicile's borders have shrunk considerably in modern times, ours was once an expansive kingdom of economic and strategic importance in the region of Andervale. Unembroiled in external politics, Sicile was free to expand from sea to sea and to the borders of Lucula Forest, where legendary and mysterious magicians are said to reside. Why then did Sicile fall? First, trade. As the old kingdoms grew, Sicile's ports became less central to trading routes, but most importantly, Sicile's history of a small and homogeneous population meant that its cultural importance faded as more diverse nations grew. Capitals that featured elvish music and dwarvish mead thrived, while Sicile's trade stagnated. Still, Sicile is seat of significant cultural importance. Home of the last Source King, the catacombs of Sicile are famed for their beauty and their supposed preternatural activity. In recent times, the leaders of Sicile are seeking to reinvigorate her economy. Fertile farmlands are being utilised at full capacity by the incentivised sale of lands to experienced farmers. Sicile's future shines bright indeed. Good. Good. He Who Smelt It, Volume 1. The quality of a proper sword has quite declined in recent decades. Some blame the changing climate, others a change in the type and origin of iron reserves. I myself craft my own supplies from an iron bar and an anvil to ensure maximum character of the weapon. I have a lot of books. I'm sorry, guys. But you gotta read them. This excerpt from the traditional drama Genesis of Sicile is commonly performed in the local theatre. Most Sicilians, and even a few foreigners, are amply familiar with the tale and refuse to tolerate deviations from the scripts most know by heart. The story goes that two adventurers, lovers too, Cyrus and Celia, sailed west from Ferrol, knowing not whether they would find land on the other side. They took with them sufficient provisions for 5 months of travel, but only during the last week of the 6th month did they land upon the land they would call Sicile. Enough, Cyrus! I can't take another moment aboard this death barge. I'm starving and I'm sick. Will we find no safe refuge from our travails? My gods, could it be? There, look! What is it? Are we out of fresh water? Is there a leak in the hull? Look, Seal. There, beyond the mist. It's land. Land, my sweet. Land at last. And we shall call it Sicile. Okay, good. Oh, we can put on a play now. Maybe. Adventurous Field Guide Volume 4. Any old kitchen knife can be carved into a deadly dagger with the right amount of time on my anvil.
Volume 1, Volume 2.
Okay.
Where's the third one
Volume
gone?
5. Now, I'm not a lumberjack, but I can get a good strong stick out of any log with my trusty axe whenever I'm in need of one. Some weird geezers have been asking for the wood chips on the floor after I've chopped up some logs, and I just let them. I've no idea what to do with those.
Volume 2. But where's the third one gone? Shatsu. Sometimes I think these books sprout little legs in the night.
Volume 1. A true survivor can create weapons from what he finds in the wild. A tree branch deals some damage, sure, but a few nails lodged into the end will really drive the point home. If you prefer stabbing from a safe distance, drive a dagger into the end of the thing. Volume 3. Some smiths haven't the faintest idea how to mould a fine metal shield. After I buy one, my first order of business is to find the nearest anvil and hammer the kinks out of it. The shield, I mean, not the anvil.
Mayhem.
Making your own clothes couldn't be easier, and who knows your fit and style better than you? Just take some scraps of cloth or leather and get to work with a needle and thread. If you're the magic type, you've probably already heard how wizards enchant their needles with magic dust, but I say that stuff's for fops and prisses. A homemade robe. I don't know if there's any point to any of these things, because once you start getting magical armor and stuff, do I really want to make my own clothes and stuff? Philosophy of death. Let us briefly discuss life and death, the great opposites, the great equals. Death is greater than life, so saith the priest, for in death comes the gods' just rewards. But if this be true, whether that shall be the solace of heaven or the agony of hell is decided during one's lifetime, and therefore life is much greater than death, for it is the decision maker. And what of those who care not for the gods, who question the afterlife, the existence of deities? Life is life's own goal, they say. A wise sentiment, I echo, but that even priests would do well to heed. But oh, how often does doubt assail these revelers of life? How often does fear approach with the creeping of the shadows? So great becomes the looming horror that death becomes larger than life, death becomes the greater force. Forget the promise of gods, I say, but defy the fear of oblivion as well, for only if life and death become each other's equals can the philosophy of death become one of life. Death is the instigator of faith and fear, but only if you let it be so. If you can gaze into the obsidian eyes, knowing it is the be-all and end-all, but fear neither, then shall you have reached the shores of wisdom. So saith Nemrus. Rat extermination. Rats, vermin, plague, nuisance. They go by many names, though none convey the full extent of their repulsiveness. These vile creatures carry disease, eat through food stores, and leave their filthy droppings wherever they please. While it is possible to off these plague bearers using steel or arrows, the beasts often prove too swift and sneaky to be destroyed by brute force. But a rat's gluttony, its unconditional hunger, may always be exploited. Cheese, delicious poisonous cheese placed near a rat's hideout will be taken by filthy teeth unquestioned. Should you lack a suitable poison, simply crush a fly agaric mushroom and work it into a piece of cheese to produce a most potent gift for your vermin friends.
Volume 1, Volume 2, but where's the third one gone?
Excuse me.
Shatsu. Sometimes I think these books have
What
little
have we
legs
got?
and
The
legs.
History of Sicile, I already read. I always told you if you'd already read them or not. Forgotten Language of Fairy. This heavy tome is inscribed with innumerable strange runes and the translations and histories of each. With it, the careful observer could decipher the most esoteric fairy writing.
The knight in see-through armor,
Are you
Princess
shitting me?
Buttercup with the blushing bottom, Stentiken. Esmeralda does have a propensity for all things naughty, hasn't she?
I spent 900 gold on a book that just says, yep, you can translate. Cool, okay, come on guys. Actually, we should probably check. What have you got? You've got a quarterstaff. Because anything that I don't need anymore, we should probably give to him. Is that me? I've got the Mermaid's Kiss, and I also want to identify this. Lazy old copper. +1 telekinesis! Ah! Okay. You can go to... Bear dotted. You go to Yahan. Delicate male chest armor requires strength. Let's try Gothica first. You go to Yahan. I got anything else? I think I probably sold quite a lot. You've got plate mail 46, that's 44. I'm still struggling to understand, like, is it just the movement speed difference that tells you how heavy they are? And I guess... I guess. I mean, I'm guessing she's got higher dex than strength, so my guess would be that she's definitely a ranger, right? And she had armor that's 36 that gives a +1 initiative. Oh, she's got some books as well. Where did these come from? Patty cake, patty cake. Baking bread in a city setting is as easy as mixing flour and water and finding a hot fire. But out... Oh, for fuck's sake. But out in the wild, a determined baker must go one or more steps further. A mortar and pestle combined with wheat will produce a sufficient flour for baking, and water must be obtained from a nearby well. Okay, and volume 1. What finer feeling can there be than when a group of rough and tumble adventurers gather round a fire to lose the chill and share tales of beasts slain, loves lost, and victories seized from the jaws of evil? Ah, perhaps when a cooking pot appears at the fire's heart, the promise of a thick stew or tender pie beckons from its iron depths. Okay. Right, Johan, what do you have? You've got 11, they're also 11. Okay, good to know. That is 17 to 33. You've got 17 to 33. And yours gives you water resistance. So yours is better. Okay. Good to know. Good to know. Right, let's do a save. Because I want to figure out how we can...
Join the Spud Club if you got enough.
Right, let's check out these crates first, obviously. Because I still don't understand why, but none of this is stealing. Locked. Right, okay. I do have a plan though. So we go to our inventory, we use this thing.
What is going on here? First I have to shoo away a creeping white tomcat, and now there's a perfect stranger in my bathroom. Get out, will you?
I swear I'll murder the creature that sent me here. I'll tear him to shreds along with anyone else who witnessed this little prank. Ha, this is a curious mix-up. No, it'll be quite the story to tell tomorrow. Sorry, milady. I came by way of a magical pyramid and I didn't know where I would end. I don't think I'm charming. Maybe reason would be the better way to go. Can I... Oh, you're willing to trade with me though, are you? Wait, why is it Gothica that she's talking to? Maybe 2 of these for 52. You want to? Thanks, Cecilia. So Gothica, in terms of her I don't know if she's charming or reasonable. Let's try charming. Fucking hell, she's got charm 7. That was a bad choice. Oh, not good.
Little mix-up indeed. I don't know what you and that horrible little imp up.
What you get for trying?
So just
Out
No!
If she
you
soaks in
please!
flower stink much
This
longer,
room is
dear will smell
private.
this lady from a field away.
I'm just going to
I'll
try
save a leg of
seeing if
something
I
good
can
for
win
when she
that.
begins this.
I'm just really curious. And don't use charm. I can't be bothered going and looting the other stuff.
My gods! What is going on here? First I have to
Now
shoo
she's
away
talking
a
to me,
creeping white tomcat.
and I think
now
I'm
there's a perfect
reasonable.
stranger in my bathroom. Get out, will you?
She's got reason 7 as well. Fuck me. Yes!
Oh, these are strange times for magic, aren't they? Source in Sicile, so they say. Oh, it's a horror. But I'm glad you source hunters are here to help us. Be on your way then.
Wait, she's only got 22 gold now. What?
Out! No, if you please! This room is private.
Now
If
this
she
is
saw-
valuable.
Field
Don't
away.
just stand
I'll
there.
save a leg of something good for when she begins to starve.
Actually, why don't you join her? Not for any titillating reasons, but because you could do with a dab of floral perfume about that quaintly odorous physique of yours. Interesting devices, these pygmies among pyramids. They may be small of stature, but their potential is gigantic. Deceivingly clever. It is a trait all demonic machinations share. Yes, demonic. So very obvious to the trained eye. These apparatuses have been forged among the voids of the outer realms, where the light of stars does not reach.
Shut up, Jahan.
You do well to treat them with the utmost care. Perhaps it would even be for the best if you sling them into the reaches of infinity that surround the shelter plane. Better safe than sorry. It is an uncommonly trite thing to say, but it applies to all things demon-dreamt and devised.
You're looking a gift horse in the mouth, Jahan. These pyramids are a wonder, and we'll use them to our advantage as much as possible. Yeah.
How I pity you. You have a mouth, but do not taste. Eyes, but do not see. Ears, but do not hear. So let me state this clearly, Hunter, that you must always remember, always, that when demons are in play, you are the hunted, and that it takes stupendous cunning and strength to escape their snares. The very moment you are certain you have them in your grip, that is the moment their traps spring, and it is their grip that shatters your soul. Dueling with demons is like playing chess against an opponent with queens for pawns. They sit and grin while your pieces slip in the sweaty fear that drops from your beleaguered brow.
Cool story, bro. Let's do a save. And then what can she see? I think if I do that, that separates me from the rest of them. I'm leaving. God, that was risky. Does sort of make me wonder, can I like... Oh my. I'm learning. There is a key.
That's enough of that now!
Sorry. I'm real sorry. I'm real sorry, lady. Right. I don't know if I want to get in that cupboard. But what I do want to do... Okay, you move over there. You move into it. Like there, maybe. Ooh. Is that, Nice. Right, run away! Guys, I think she saw me. Okay, that was fun. What do we have? Identify this dagger. I don't have a rogue though. Salved dagger of the Vandal. Cool. I might just give like equipment to Jahir. These were lazy cloth braces of the skeleton key, which gives me even more telekinesis. My god. And then, is there anyone who doesn't have any cloth braces? You don't, Beardotter. Beardotter. There you go. Lucky girl. What else did I get? Fireman's dull gold ring of perception gives me even more perception. I'm currently on 7. Hey Modo, good to see you. Thanks for the follow, my friend. What should we replace this with? Water resistance we don't really care about, do we? More perception's always good. You can go to Gothica. Right, let's go to the inn. Let's finally actually talk about this murder we were supposed to be talking about.
Made a big change on your block with a wheel of the good stuff.
You there! A moment of your indulgence, if you please. You are the source hunter, are you not? The hero the whole of Sightseal is abuzz about. The talk of the town. The juiciest grape on the grapevine. Such a pleasure to meet you. A delight. No, scratch that. It is so much more than a delight. It is an intervention of fate. Yes, that's it. Fate has put me on this very spot so I may tell you all about a most intriguing opportunity indeed.
Mendius. What kind of a name is Mendius? And you are?
Mendius, at your service. What is my profession? Well, I'll tell you what it used to be, and that is a man of medicine. But what does a man of medicine do but mend what has first been broken? I saved lives, to be sure, but today I change them.
And you're not worried about the undead out and about?
They call the undead a problem, my friend, but those who know the ways of the Fabulous Five see no problems. They see opportunities. An enterprising spirit can wrench riches from cold dead rocks, or from cold dead full stop.
And about that opportunity you mentioned.
Oh, it's not merely an opportunity. It is a once-in-a-lifetime chance to become better. To become the full extent of the promise that is locked inside of each and every one of us. So first of all, let me ask you this question. Do you like adventure?
I do like adventure. Of course I do. How could someone in my profession not?
Quite right. Adventure is what we live for.
Yeah, I'm doing very good, thank you, my friend. How are you?
See here, you and I share the same passion. I never doubted it for a moment. The thrill of walking the unbeaten path, the rush of finding yourself in a goblin ambush, knowing you'll prevail nonetheless. Too bad your line of work comes with such measly recompense. Am I right? The wage of a mere soldier. Now, between you and me, tell me truthfully, don't you sometimes wish you could earn more?
I do. Started my first playthrough yesterday. Got any tips? This is my first playthrough as well. What I would say, the thing that I've noticed, if you want to go around stealing things, there doesn't seem to be any kind of morality system. So you can literally steal things and then sell them back to the owner immediately, with no issues. And once you've got more than one party member, you can do this thing where if you get your party member to talk and then change character to a different one, then the party member will be kind of distracting people and they won't ever move around. So then you can just use your other character to go around and kind of steal everything from someone's house if you want. That's what I've been doing. Also, telekinesis is really good for kind of shifting objects to block line of sight and stuff. What did he ask me? Do you wish you could earn more? Well, I can't say that I haven't.
Yes. Some extra gold is always welcome.
Indeed. Indeed, gold is always welcome. And among the Fabulous Five, gold flows as freely as water does to the sea.
Oh God, it's the Fabulous Five.
Even so, my friend, matters of a pecuniary nature aside, what is life without variety, without spice? To be a source hunter must get frightfully dreary sometimes. Am I right? All those orders. Investigate this, retrieve that, and at the end of the day, what do you have to show for it? Wouldn't you prefer to call your own shots? Be your own boss?
It's better to lead than to follow, that much is true.
Better to be served than to serve. I concur.
Yeah, Moda is definitely a good moneymaker. I think from what I've seen, later on in the game you'll have so much money you don't know what to do with, but at the start you kind of struggle for cash. So it's definitely worthwhile. Things like paintings as well seem to go for a lot. Paintings and anything gold, so like gold knives, gold plates, gold cups, things like that.
So you're just hanging around the
Well spoken. Well said indeed. Life's too short to spend it doing someone else's bidding, am I right? Of course I am. And I could help you attain the dream. Enact the change you deserve. And that is exactly why I am here. Why fate has put me right by the door to the King Crab. So that I could meet you and tell you about the marvel that is the Fabulous Five. The invitation to join is yours. Grab it.
Tell me more.
The Fabulous Five. How I enjoy simply saying the words that describe the most illustrious and celebrated adventurers guild in Riverlon. Our mission, to better the world. Our mantra, to better ourselves as we do so. To realize our dreams and cleanse our souls.
I feel like there's something really suspicious about these people.
You'd like nothing more than to enlist, wouldn't you? Of course you would. And you can. Of course, if you still have questions, I shall answer them to the best of my abilities. But if not, how about we get started?
So what is it the members of the Fabulous Five actually do?
What a gem of a question. Straight as an arrow. Sharp as a switchblade. Most meritorious of you.
Meritorious.
Now then, to join the Fabulous Five is to join a fellowship, to join a fraternity, a sorority, a community. The title of Knight is bestowed upon you the moment you sign our waiver, and so it all begins. I shall be the one to give you your first contracts, and once the job is done, I shall see to it you get your fair share of the reward.
Yeah, right. The whole thing is so suspicious.
Of course, should you spread the word, should you propagate the gospel of the Fabulous Five and thereby draw new knights into our fellowship, you will get a share of the reward from their contracts too.
Hang on, this is a
Isn't that
fucking pyramid
wonderful?
scheme.
By now, the genial glow of the fellowship must have warmed your heart. It has, hasn't it? But did I say fellowship? I mean family. For like a family, we support one another, cheer one another, see each other through thick and thin, partake in glory and defeat. Work hard, fulfill contracts, enlist new knights, and swiftly shall you rise through the ranks. You will better yourself. You will better Riverlon. You will make the stars shine all the brighter, and you'll get fabulously wealthy in the process. What's not to like?
Tell me about Tom first.
Who? Tom? Doesn't ring a bell. Oh, hold on. Yes, of course, Tom. One of our most recent additions to the Fellowship. Brave kid, smart as a tack. He'll prove to be a wonderful addition to the family yet.
Let's do a quick save and see what happens when we see what happens when we say we want to enlist.
Return and humble me with your you'd like nothing.
I would like to enlist.
Of course, of course. All you need to do is sign this waiver, and just like that, snap! You're part of the family. All I need is your lovely little autograph. What do you say?
So what happens?
And me. May all the riches in the world be ours.
Marvelous. Magnificent. Oh, but what am I saying? Fabulous is the word. You may not realize it yet, but your fortunes, your very life is about to change for the better. So let us not dilly-dally. To business. Your first assignment is ready and waiting if you're ready and willing.
I met some sailors looking for a job. Perhaps they could join the fellowship.
You found new recruits already? Efficient. Proactive. Oh, I like that. Send them to me and I'll sign them up. And of course, since they're your recruits, you'll get a share of every assignment they complete. Isn't that just fabulous?
About my assignment.
Oh, it's a pretty straightforward task, this one. Now, in this town dwells a wizard. Ahu is his name, and he's a frightful eccentric. Scientific type, you know the kind. Favors reason over faith and all that. Not Fabulous 5 material, him. His experimental weapons may keep a couple of skeletons away from the city, but many of his other researches failed, malfunctioned with tragic consequences. One of them was a big lumbering apparatus, a frightful automaton shaped like a giant made of steel. It was supposed to crush the undead by the dozens, piloted as it was by a trained legionnaire. But you can guess what happened. Did it become sentient? Was it cursed? Whatever the cause, the thing relieved itself of its pilot and headed north towards a network of caves. Now ask yourself, what if it comes back? It could smash the city walls and claim 100 lives before being subdued. Luckily, there are those in this world who belong to the Fabulous 5. The braves who eat such monstrosities for breakfast. Go, my friend. Find this wizard's abomination and claim your just reward from Mayor Cecil in the name of our hallowed guild. Easy money.
Okay. Okay.
So you're just hanging around the inn, are you?
Right.
Waiting for
what have we got?
exactly?
Medora,
I'll thank
Duke
you
of
to leave
Ferrell.
me be, you old bat.
Back, demon! Back, or I'll... Well, what's this? Oh, Medora, you lummox. 1,000 pardons, comrade. This old bear's edgier than a dodecahedron these days. I'll tell you, it sure does me good to set eyes on another of our order. From Academy West, aren't you? Give Captain Wartruce my regards next
Oh,
time
you're a
you
source
see
hunter.
him.
Who did you say you were? I didn't recognize you from the academy.
You wouldn't. I trained up in Academy North, after all. We don't cross paths with you Westies all that often, but it's always a pleasure when we do. Medora's the name. Retired, or so the Order keeps trying to tell me, but never out of commission. My hand to your cause and my sword at your side.
I hadn't heard of another source hunter being assigned to Cecile. What are you doing here?
Heavens hornets! That's quite a story, comrade. And come to think of it, one that might concern you. See, I'm here on, well, let's call it a loan from a town to the north of here. Hunter's Edge by name. There's been an attack there, comrade. Orcs. Not your run-of-the-mill savages either, but ones who've taken dark magic to new heights. What they want in Hunter's Edge, I can't say, but it's my responsibility to send them packing. Preferably with their horns in their suitcases and a knee-knocking fear of ever crossing paths with a sauce hunter again. I came south seeking the Legion's help, only to find it tied here in Cecile. They don't have a spare soldier to send northward, and even in my finest form, I can't clear the place of that many orcs without backup.
Orcs attacked your village. How did you manage to escape?
By the skin of my teeth, comrade. The savages were rounding up villagers when one of them activated a tripwire on our village wizard's property. Fortunately for me, that particular wizard has a penchant for things that go boom in the night. I managed to wrench free of my captor's grip and flee toward the forest. He pursued me for miles, but I'd lost him before I made it into the Cecile hinterlands.
What's your next plan of attack?
Well, comrade, I hadn't thought of it till you tapped my shoulder just now. But perhaps that's where you come in. I need a contingent I can trust if I'm to take back the town. And the way I see it, you could use reinforcements here in town. I've been scouting Cecile for some time now, and I believe I've sussed out sufficient intel to help solve the murder of the Counselor. With our minds and swords in tandem, we'll make short work of the perpetrator.
So that's your proposition. You help us in Sicile, we help you take back your home village.
But it seems you've got all the help you need, haven't you? More's the pity. We could have beheaded 100 Source Yetis in the name of the Order.
And what evidence have you found?
More than I'd hoped, comrade. I don't know what in tarnation's gotten into the townsfolk here, but there's enough dark magic running roughshod to topple a small mountain. There's Mayor Cecil's doings for one, and the mysteries of our master Thaleron for another. And on top of it all, the feline menace is lurking at every hearth and shadow.
Tell me about the mayor.
Now, don't get me wrong. I think the mayor's a decent sort, even if he can't hear farther than the tip of his own nose. But from what I've heard whispered around the docks, the old guy's gotten himself mixed up in something not quite on this side of the law. I suspect an illegal sauce artifact or substance is at the root of it, but exactly what or who's given it to him, I can't say. And since I haven't technically been assigned to Sicile, I don't have the authority to interrogate him.
Okay, so that must be the staff that he's already told me about. Tell me about Thaleron.
Fella seems like a humble doctor, but I bet my sword he's dealing in something darker in splints and tonics. A loose-lipped fishmonger let slip that she'd seen our good doctor scale the city wall on 2 separate occasions, well past midnight each time. What business could he have among the undead? Hardly the habit of an innocent healer, I'd say.
And tell me about the feline menace.
You mean you don't already know, comrade? Their kind can see in the dark. It ain't natural.
Okay. Sure. Right, so she can join our party, but do we want Ahu? Who is a... Who knows? You got no traits.
Whatever happened to that troop of eager imbeciles we sent to the northern cave?
Do I seem like the sort who concerns myself with such things?
You'll be concerned enough when you realize that reward money won't be lining your pockets.
I'm trying to determine whether it matters what class you chose at the start, because it doesn't tell me what class character I am, and I think I can pretty much just do whatever I want.
Waiting for what, exactly?
I'll thank you to leave me be, you old bat.
Tell me.
So I guess we just look at his skills instead. What do you do?
Well, suffice to say, I've got
Aerothurge
you baron.
I am a duke. Potato.
and Hydrosophist.
They say he's privy to ancient and arcane secrets, the likes of which I doubt you.
Okay, how do I make him go away?
I assume you address me for a reason, so go on. Speak.
I need you to leave the party
Do
for the
you
present.
now? Yours is this mistake to make, Hunter, and yours is the opportunity to set it right. Until then,
I have taken the smelly shoes. Okay. Right, where did she go?
Come now, Alistair. Surely you've
Dora?
not matched once or twice.
There you are.
I'll tell you, it sure does me. Hunter's greetings. So,
We
have
said
you
that, we
changed your
said that, we
mind
said
about
that, we
venturing
said that.
forth? Shield to shield? Well, you know the old expression. 2's a tea party, 3's an invasion. I know this place like the back of my hand by now. And the orcs up north will be short work for a trained-up trio of sauce hunters.
Fantastic plan. With 3 source hunters working in tandem, we'll put an end to all of the evils bent against this fair land.
Another source hunter on the team will make us all the more formidable against this wicked magic. Welcome aboard, Medora.
Welcome aboard!
That's the spirit. Listen closely now. Do you hear it? That's the sound of every orc and sorcerer in a 100-mile radius shaking in his wee boots.
Okay. Right, what do you got? Tell me your skills. 2 points in men-at-arms. Right, you're a man-at-arms. You got 8 strength. You're a soldier type. And you are equipped with level are you? Level 3.
Alistair,
You need a helmet.
had the fortune of challenging the fabled
We
wizard
could
of
probably give you
Hunter's
some of the crap she's got, I think.
They say
Two-handed.
ancient and arcane secrets.
That is
The likes of which I
44.
doubt
Yours
you
was
could even
28.
fathom,
Yeah, you can have that.
friend.
One-handed, one-handed, one-handed. That's 44 to 56. You don't need that. That, however, you might enjoy. That was 31 to 46. Yours is better.
Come now, Alistair. Surely you've met your match once or
And then what's this?
twice.
Source Hunter's Mace. I just need to level up a bit before I can use that, I think. Unfortunately.
Careful now. Your head's growing more swollen than saffrons, I dare say.
36 to 48. I might give her that though. Just, I know she should use maces, but never mind. Maybe we can give her some new skills as well. So she's going to be my healer anyway, so Hydra Sophist, I guess, would make sense. 2 extra ability points to spend would be nice.
Do I seem like the sort who concerns myself
Or
with such things?
lowers the action point cost of spells by 1 when standing in the surface of the same element. Range of spells by 2, that's good. I should get that for my guy actually.
Tell me, Alistair,
What should we give you? What should we give you?
had the fortune of challenging the fabled wizard of Hunter's Edge.
Non-magical attacks by 50% against opponents with slowed, crippled, or knocked down.
They say he's privy to ancient and
Immunity to fear, but you
arcane
can't
secrets,
flee anymore.
the likes of which I doubt you could even fathom, old friend.
Far out, man. +2 to perception. What's your current perception? 5. That's not very good. You're not my perceptor. Gives you a bonus point in blacksmithing and crafting. Yeah, why not?
Come now, Alistair. Surely you've met your match once
Oh,
or twice.
maybe I should have given you a man-at-arms thing. Never mind.
Look careful now.
Right,
Your head's growing
let's continue. Let's talk to some people. Who are you? Oh, you're the Duke of Ferrol. You're the one who's fucking the mayor's wife or whatever.
Hello. I suppose
Or
you're
Esmeralda,
here to
actually.
viciously interrogate me for information I don't have, like our noble Captain Aureus before you.
I'm gonna buy that and sell you.
Do I seem like the sort who concerns myself with such things?
How does that sound? Tell me about yourself.
I am the Duke of Ferrol, though I suppose my name is in the mouths of enough ruthless gossipers that you've heard of me by now.
I've heard quite the story involving you and Esmeralda.
Yes, she and I have a history. That's hardly a secret anymore. I quite doubt it was even a secret from Jake while he lived. As easy as it would be to pin suspicions on Esmeralda or I assure you that the affair was never so steamy and sordid as the busybodies around town make it out to be. Jake and Esmeralda had no great affection for each other. He had his interests, she had hers, and there was little passion left between them. Certainly not enough to fuel a murder.
What do you know about Jake's murder? He didn't like me questioning him.
It's very tragic news. I won't posture and say that the Counselor and I were anything near allies, but I truly never wish the man harm. Ah, hello. I suppose you're here to viciously interrogate me for information. It's very tragic news. I won't
Okay, you know next to nothing.
Surely you've met your match.
Waitress.
A
Waitress.
source hunter. I'd like to report some dark magic. Only tainted hearts could tip as miserably as this lot.
You have quite a lot of money, so I'm going to sell you some pictures. How about that? I've sold you a few too many pictures. There we go. Give me some money. Give me the money. So you're the waitress around here?
Been at the King Crab nearly 10 years now, personally. Seen every character you can imagine, from bums to wizards, passed through these doors for a pint and a place to rest.
Were you here on the night of Jake's murder?
I think I'm one of the last folks to hear him alive. That awful scream's been ringing in my ears ever since. And with the room where it all happened still under quarantine, we've a constant reminder of exactly what happened. Though that's the question, isn't it? What exactly did happen? We all thought it was Esmeralda who checked into that room, and the Duke that followed her in. I was washing up and nudging the last of the lushes out of the door when a cloaked woman rushed in right past me. I never got a good look at her, damn my eyes, but I figured the way she disappeared that she was visiting one of the lodgers. Lucky for the perpetrators, I was rinsing bottles in the back when the terrible deed took place and saw nothing more. I'm not proud to say I ducked under the counter and damn well stayed there till I heard Ivad fling that door open. But I was paralyzed with fright. A source hunter. I'd like to report some dark...
Okay. Unsinkable Sam.
Never saw you in the King Crab before. You're welcome to scratch me behind the ears if you like. I won't scratch back.
Who are you?
I am Unsinkable Sam. At least that's what they call me around here. Used to be a ship's cat, but the clipper I was on sank, and I was the only one to wrestle himself free from the waves. The people here were kind and took me in. Been the King Crab's foremost patron ever since.
Used to be a ship's cat, but the clipper was on sank. Okay, what about the ship you were on?
A magnificent ship she was. Used to belong to a pirate, I was told. Unlike me, she didn't prove to be unsinkable, though. We hit the cliffs right neath the lighthouse. Not very apt a name for that building, I must say, for no light was shining from it. The moment I hit the water, I writhed around like I would on a hot tin roof. By some miracle, I managed to reach the beach, covered in kelp and smelling worse than a fish's funeral parlor. But I was alive, and that was more than anybody else could say.
You were the only survivor?
So I was. What friends I had. They drowned alongside the rats I used to hunt in the galley. And there I was, all alone. Not that I have it bad here, mind you. I've milk and fish aplenty. Most folks will pet me kindly, and when one of the village girls holds me tight against her ample bosom, I purr up a storm. But I do long for a companion of my own kind. And in that regard, there is no one like Maxine.
Tell me about Maxine.
Maxine, the mayor's darling pet. So gentle, so fair a feline. The grace of her whiskers, the subtle palette of dyes in her sable coat. She's one of a kind, that cat. She likes me. I know she does. But when I declare my love, she backs away. I don't know why. I have serenaded her and braved many a bucket of water for my efforts. But for some reason, she is not to be swayed.
I have other questions for you, Unsinkable Sam.
By all means.
What's your take on the undead?
People make a fuss about them because they endanger the lands around the city. They never bother me when I'm out for my monthly walk, though. But still, I do detest them. I mean, they're so unnatural, aren't they? Cats can have 9 lives, but humans are only entitled to 1.
Tell me more about the orcs.
Oh, don't mention orcs to me. Worse than dogs, that lot. Sank Walrus Willie's boat right from under him. Best anchovy fisher in the world he was. A loss to us all.
Okay, bye then.
Purr and say,
Okay.
Control vibrations, I'm sure. Don't be seduced, comrades.
Okay, Jahan hangs around in here.
Sorry, Medora. I didn't mean to frighten you.
Who's here? Anna and Alistair. His attitude is why are they all -5?
Eager imbeciles we sent to the northern cave.
Do I seem like the sort who concerns myself with such things?
You'll be concerned enough when you realize that reward money won't be lining your pockets.
What have we here? A source hunter, is it? Well, my day just became rather more stimulating. Oh, stand still then, if you don't mind. I want to take a good long look at the so-called savior of Sicile.
You've got a lot of stuff, Anna.
Tall as an elf, strong as an orc, but your face, quite classical, isn't it? Statuesque, some might say. Yes, smooth and sturdy as marble, yet fine as a chisel's edge.
Yes.
And my word, what passion burns from your eyes. Please forgive my being forward, but I dare say, can it be? You're exactly the person I've been searching for.
Tell me more about yourself.
I am Anna, jewel in the crown that is the Fabulous Five. I've cut 1,000 throats and baked 1,000 bread rolls, stolen the crown jewels of the Queen of Arata, and, with my pockets full, helped her reach enlightenment. When the day comes that I die, the gods will evacuate the heavens to make space for my formidable collection of designer slippers. I contain multitudes, you see, and I am utterly replete. Except that, much to my dismay, I had as yet to find the companion to whom my heart so clearly calls. But then, Source Hunter, you wandered into this tavern, and I am most certain that that companion is you.
You've been searching for someone?
That I have. For nearly a lifetime, it seems. Well, I'm sure you must know what I mean. Like existence itself lacked a significant component. Like if you could only fill a certain void, could connect with the right body, the right spirit. Together you could uncover new and thrilling vistas. I believe I have found that component, that body, that spirit within you, Source Hunter. Come, if ever we are to be united, we must truly entwine our fates. We must link our causes forevermore.
You're a vampire.
Yes, you must join the Fabulous Five right away, as soon as time permits. Together, as a team, we'll explore the boundless realm before us. We'll uncover fate, inch by inch.
She just wants me to join the Fabulous Five.
So you've joined up. You've sworn to share in our adversity and our bounty alike. Oh, you've made my heart soar. I can finally offer you our finest adventuring equipment at fantastic in-house rates. Come now, let's trade. Well, you must be thrilled to find yourself a member of a team so widely renowned for its valor and skill. And you must be even more curious about how you yourself can suit up to face such enemies as a member of the Fabulous Five must face. Well, never fear. I have everything you need.
So about my first assignment.
I hear you've been tasked with taking out that crazed robot in the northern cave. I'm sure you'd like to equip yourself with the finest possible accoutrement, wouldn't you? Come, I have everything you need.
Do you want to venture forth hand in hand, like you said?
Oh, darling, that was so long ago now. Who can remember who said what after all this time? What matters is the here and now. And in this moment, I promise to give you the best deals on adventuring equipment you'll find in all Sicile. Well, you are a member of the eminent Fabulous Five, after all.
Right, okay. I will do some shopping. I think cloth scraps are actually useful. I don't know if that's useful. Iron bar must be. I wonder if these are also more expensive and I don't get as much because she doesn't like me very much. Or why she doesn't like me, who knows? But nothing but genial to her. Right, what do you have? Do you have anything I actually want, first and foremost? No, no, no. I don't really care about arrows. I'm finding a billion of them everywhere. One-handed axe, no. Spear of Bloodlust, probably not. Does this stop me from casting spells? I'm still not sure about the whole weight thing. Or is it just you need the dexterity or the strength to equip it and then it doesn't matter, maybe? Ring of the Lawmaster. That's quite good. Vampiric. It gives me a bit more strength. Nah. I don't need what you're offering, Anna. I just want your money. Speaking of, I've given you a ring. You can also have this one. I've got so many keys. Christ.
Tell me, Alistair, have you ever had the...
Sorry, I've run out of signed handkerchiefs. An Alistair keyring, maybe. In any case, make it quick. You're not the only fan who wants some of my... Really now, I can't afford to indulge in chit-chat with my legion of followers. Even a star needs a few moments to himself.
Oh, what have you got? Oh, nothing really. I'm sorry, I'm actually not familiar with you.
What do you mean, not familiar? You expect me to believe you've never heard of Alistair the Almighty? Why, I'm only the most famous wizard this side of Vadistis. Although, it'd be worth checking the other side too, just in case. And don't forget, I'm the most eminent member of the Fabulous Five to boot. Surely you already know we've been voted the most influential adventurers guild by SideQuest Monthly. 3 years running.
Tell me more.
Well, well, you're far from my caliber, but who isn't? It's good you're eager, but let me give you a word of warning. Aim for my spots, and your career in the Fabulous Five will meet a most unsavory end.
What do you know about the undead?
Those nasty beasts are hardly worth my time. Though I suppose I'll step in if none of the recruits manage to prove adept enough to handle a few skeletons.
Okay, what's the chances that all of these are actually really, really crap? I mean, they're level 2. About my first assignment.
Ah, you'll be dealing with Ahu's little abomination, will you? I'd go myself, but I'd fear I'd end the fight before anyone else got in their licks. If I don't leave a few crumbs for the newbies once in a while, they'll accuse me of stealing the spotlight, you see.
He sounds like Flashheart from Blackadder. Okay, cool, good to know. Who else have we got? Novak.
Ah, pointless chatter with strangers does so thrill me. How did you know? Please continue interrupting my drink if you'd be so kind.
Who are you?
How curious of you to show interest in a lonesome stranger at the bar. Let me answer by saying that who I am is hardly any of your business. And anyone with an ounce of tact would have known that already.
What can you tell me about the Fabulous Five?
So you've wrangled a position in the Fabulous Five, have you? I'm fairly brimming with enthusiasm at the prospect of calling you a partner. You'd better leave me undisturbed, or my emotions might just bubble over.
About my first assignment. He's
You've
an
been
asshole.
sent after Ahu's insane robot, I understand. Do you imagine that while you're busy being crushed by that abomination, I'll manage to get through a whole drink, distraction-free?
Okay, you were pleasant. Who else do we have? citizen.
Zimbladorix, that! Ha! Quite under my spell, aren't you? Yes, my enfriending charm never fails.
Tell me about yourself.
Me? You mean you don't recognize me? Well, you must live under a very large, very heavy rock, for I'm the finest wizard in Rivellon.
Strange, I've never heard of you myself.
Yes, that is strange. Strange indeed. But it's a strange world we live in, isn't it? A strange and magical world, full of wonders and regionis regentum.
And what was that supposed to accomplish?
Oh, you'll find out. You'll find out indeed. If I'm as good as they say I am, you'll have sprouted a pair of long purple ears in the next hour. Ah, how I do love a tasty aubergine in summertime.
Okay, bye then. Is this door, am I allowed to go in there? I think so. But first we should talk to...
Hearty welcome
Evad.
to the King Crab Inn, and a pleasure to have you. You look like you could use a round or three, so what'll it be? Have a seat and stay a while.
Have a seat and stay a while.
Old friend.
Tell me about yourself. Wait, actually first. You've got 1,000, so I can start selling some of this stuff.
Come now, Alistair. Surely you've met your match once or twice.
Ha! The closest I've come to my match is when I linger over long while lighting my pipe.
Oh, careful now. Your head's grown more swollen than saffron's, I dare say.
Thanks very much. Tell me about yourself.
The name's Evad. Pleased to make your acquaintance. I've been offering the weary travellers of Sicil drink and rest for nearly 2 decades now, but the king crab's older than that by a long shot. All you see before you is the manifestation of my great-grandpappy Horatius Dungeness's noble vision. Beer and naps for everyone. No questions asked.
And how's business?
Well, between you and me, things have been rather slow since the, incident. But with spirits high and liquor flowing like it is tonight, it seems the crab may just come out of that pinch.
Do you have any work for a trio of soldiers?
3 hopeless sailors.
Wait, sailors?
Truly wish I could help you, but I'm barely keeping afloat as it is.
And what about Jake's murder?
Mind if we keep our voices down over that sensitive subject? Death and dark magic ain't exactly great for business, you know.
Tell me about the night of the murder.
That room where it happened. It was rented to a certain woman, though I regret to say I can't say exactly who. This inn isn't in the business of asking many questions, if you know what I mean. She came heavily cloaked, but paid the full sum in advance. I was used to such transactions after many similar concerning a certain Esmeralda. Figured this were just more at same. I saw one other figure go into the room that night. Someone tall, built broad like a man, but shrouded the same as she. Again, standard practice for Mrs. Counsellor and her visitors. I was startled awake by a horrendous hubbub shortly after midnight. I jumped up and grabbed me grandpappy's machete, bleary-eyed and awash in fright. By the time I burst into that room, it was horribly silent. There was only Jake on the floor, dead, surrounded by what may as well have been a battlefield. Whoever done it has escaped through the window, but I saw nary a soul when I looked out. You can bet I hightailed it to the Legion barracks faster than a jackrabbit after that.
Do you suspect anyone?
Councillor Jake, that poor man. I knew too much about his affairs, you know. Never figured it my business to say anything, but
after all that's happened, I wonder if that weren't a grave mistake. Esmeralda's longest-standing lover has the audacity to remain lodged at this very inn, you know? He's called the Duke of Ferrell, a high title for a low man. If you haven't yet asked him about Esmeralda, I'd recommend it.
Thanks, buddy. I did already ask him. I wonder if that's going to give me anything else. Right, we can go upstairs, we can go in this room. Let's go in this room first. Hello, what are you doing? What are you doing?
Greetings, traveler. And may the Immaculate Conduit's myriad blessings comfort and cradle you. Tell me, have you yet heard the revelation?
God. Tell me about yourself.
What's in a name, dear friend? For we all begin equal in the Conduit's eyes, and only through great deeds may enter into her inner ring.
What revelation do you mean exactly?
You mean you haven't heard? Oh, what fortune that I may share the goddess's salvation with one who has, as yet, been lost. Steel yourself, friend, for your mortal spirit could be forever transformed from this moment forth. The conduit, our link to the goddess herself, has given us a special gift, and the gift is thus. By following her instructions and becoming initiated into the one way, we can each of us live on for a span greater than the number of stars that twinkle within the goddess's right eye.
Tell me more about the conduit.
She came from on high to we mortals and showed us the path to the goddess, where all living souls are naturally inclined. She showed us that injury and malady need not mark the end of life, but that through her methods we could ascend to greater life in service of the goddess.
What do you mean by the one way?
Ah, for this hallowed information, you must seek an immaculate chapel. Go north, friend, through the forest and into the town of Silverglen, where all may be revealed. There, among her followers and friends, dwells the goddess's ecstasy, her one way.
Hi, Alan. How you doing, buddy? I will
Go
take
on
my
the path
leave.
to the righteous, my friend. Forget not that the conduit has great plans for you.
Oh, you say this, but what I
He's
need to do...
immaculate. But I thought they'd been banished after the death of the Source King.
Immaculate.
Glorious to see you once more, fair friend.
Uh-huh.
I hope you've given some thought to my revelation. I think only of your eternal soul, after all.
Boop. Ink pot, short history, steely, 94 gold. Ever since I've figured out that I'm pro-stealer, money is not an issue anymore. Doop-a-doop-a-doo. Folded shirts, folded shirts, folded shirts.
I guess someone else got here first.
What do you mean? I got here first. What do you mean? Okay, I think that's it.
Go on the path to the...
Right. Come on, chaps.
Careful now. Your head's growing more swollen than saffrons, I dare say.
I'm not going to bother stealing from all these people. Oh, we could go down here, though. Huh.
Careful!
Wait, don't...
Kiss of the serpent.
Oh, I misclicked. You idiots. Can you... like, sort me out, please? Thanks.
Oh, I needed that.
I wanted to put that on that. You aren't ready yet. Is that the trap? Let me do a quick save. Jesus! Yeah, I know. Why would the inn... Simple tavern... Okay, I'll take that. Why would it have a poison trap down here? What are they hiding? I do love how none in my party really give a shit that we just go around stealing absolutely everything. Oh. What happened? It apparently didn't affect me.
It was Esmeralda who killed Councillor Jake, but I didn't see her here the night of the murder. Then again, she might have just gotten a new pair of shoes.
I want to talk to you. Oi. It's so hard to click on them. Fucking stop!
This will is disgusting. The folks in Hunter's Edge make the best whiskey in Riverlon.
Right. What's in here? A lot of things to steal. Potatoes. Boil them, mash them, stick them in a stew. Tavern ornate chest key. So much stuff. I like how the guy that owns the tavern's like, oh, we're really struggling to keep things afloat, and I'm like, oh, really sorry to hear that, and then immediately head downstairs to steal everything. Nice. Would you stop walking on the fucking button that we already found? We already found it.
Into the fray once more.
Oh, there was a chest down here. I missed this. Right, what else we got? Water, lots of random stuff. Empty bowl. I'm pretty sure they're going to be useful
I guess
for...
someone else got here first.
Pretty useful for making potions and stuff. I feel like. So much loot, so much loot. I am happy with all of my loot. Do you even combat, bro? No, bro, it doesn't let me. Whenever you try and leave the city, it says, you're too weak to leave the city just yet. So it wants me to do all of this stuff first. It's not my fault, bro. It's not my fault, bro. Let's see what we found. 29 to 58. A hat that gives me +1 leadership and +2 initiative. Go on then, I'll have that. And then who doesn't have a hat? Medora doesn't. Everything is so high leveled compared to what I can use. You, however, I will equip. Okay, good. What does my guy look like now? Okay, good. That is the inn stolen from. We'll nip upstairs real quick. I would love to find out how we can... I mean, I guess...
About time the council took notice of us. Are you here for the bone rattlers or the club wavers?
About time. Right, who...
I'm telling you, a necromancer must have been at work in Sicil. How else do you explain a risen dead sprouting like mushrooms in the night?
You're here for the orgy? What orgy? Oh, is that what I was telling that guy? I'm here for the orgy. I think there is a place later on where you do have an orgy, you know. All of these doors are locked. It's locked. Just shut that and see if we can find a key in one of these baskets, maybe. Guess not. No keys. I don't think there's any point to us being up here. Elegander's room. Do we know who Elegander is? I don't. Oh, here's a room we can go in. Sheriff and Sheriff's bodyguard.
Leave me be, I have a job to do.
Leave me be.
Greetings, greetings. Oh, you are most welcome in my chamber. Customers rarely find me up here, but I do so abhor the hustle and bustle of the marketplace.
The fuck? The fuck? I take it you're a travelling merchant.
That I am.
And not a prostitute.
I have spent more of my life on the road, travelling alongside great caravans, than I have in any given place in Rivellon. All of this earth is my home, for a few days or even but a few hours at a time, that is. You wouldn't believe some of the things I have seen. Oh yes, a city besieged by the dead isn't even remotely special to me. All the better that it isn't, for you and for me, because outlandish events lead to outlandish wares.
Let's discuss your wares.
You have seen them, have you not? Is anything amiss?
You seem to have a lot of items related to witchcraft. Do you have an affinity for darker arts?
Punch-on perhaps, yes. I have the blood of sorcerers in my veins, and between you and me, the blood of sorcerers too. The power of sorcery is so very alluring, you know. But let us change topics. For should hunters catch a whiff of my inclinations, they wouldn't hesitate to kill me where I stand.
Oh. You should be more careful, madam. I am a hunter, but as luck would have it, I'm not a zealot.
And neither am I. Be advised, though, not to give in to your inclinations. Other hunters may not be so forgiving.
And so's Medora.
Gods have mercy. I talked openly about sorcery in front of a source hunter. What a fool I am. Thank you, O compassionate soul that you are, to treat me so leniently. I never have and never will really dabble in sorcery. On that you have my word. On my life, I swear it. No need to worry, source hunter dearest. You'll find no sorcery here. Only honest to God's witchcraft.
Wait.
How gratifying to see you return.
What have you got, though?
You are quickly becoming my favorite customer.
Witchcraft. I don't think I have anyone that does witchcraft. And scoundrel. I don't think I've got a scoundrel either. You sell witchcraft and scoundrel stuff. Okay, good to know. Good to know. Okay.
There must be some way to open this.
Yeah. Is that vomit? Oh. Oh. Right, okay. The last thing we have to do is check in here.
Greetings, Source Hunter. I don't mean to hinder your investigation, but I can't open this door for anyone who hasn't received Captain Aureus' explicit approval.
I've spoken to Aureus. Let me inside.
Not exactly the friendliest bloke, the Captain, is he? Well, your reward for getting your ear chewed off is a waltz through the town's finest magical murder scene. Enjoy.
The fuck? What? What just happened? Okay, close the door. Right, what have we got?
Looking good.
Uh-huh. I'll take that, and that, and that, and that.
Not even worth the rummaging.
Another inert stone. Painting of a rooster. Nice. Letter from the Duke of Ferrol.
The Duke of Ferrol is the worst poet in Rivellon.
In his defense, not much rhymes with murder.
What does it say? Dearest Esme, your lips are red as emeralds, your hair is black as birch, your love is like cholesterol, and oh, my heart, it hurts. I want to hold you in my arms and stroke your little head, and all this would be easier if Councillor Jake were dead. Yours forever, the DFF. Slightly suspicious, no. Wait, how have they not found that? Is that it? Is that literally... Do I have anyone with better perception? What's your perception? 6. Mine's 8. I should be pretty good at perceiving things by this point. So I guess... Okay, good to know. Yep, nothing to see here.
Source Hunter.
But that doesn't solve the mystery.
I think it would be wise to inspect the Councillor's corpse and see what clues we can find.
Tell me, Alistair, have you ever had the fortune?
Right, let's go talk to this guy again.
Ah, hello. I suppose you're here to viciously interrogate me for information I don't have.
I found the love letter you
Like
wrote to
I
Esmeralda.
know which one? I've written Esmeralda more works of lyrical mastery than I can count. All that letter proves is my devotion to my lady, not any actual intention to do away with Jake.
Yeah, but... yeah, but... Okay, fine. I want to go talk to this rooster now that I can talk to animals real quick, just to see what he says.
Don't talk to me. You're making me lose focus.
What are you doing here?
Can't you see I'm busy modeling? Obviously, someone's plumage isn't magnificent enough to inspire genius. All those naysayers in the past. See what I become. Hundreds of years from now, people will wonder, who is that cook? It must have been a grand cook. So inspired.
So inspired. Okay, bye. Right. So I'm pretty sure there's a gate there. There's a gate there. We're not allowed out. Not allowed out. Not allowed out. I reckon if I head sort of back the way I just came. This way. This way? And then can I swing around to the right here? Yeah. Because we said this was locked. And I'm guessing this is a gate that I can't leave out of.
Warm as dragon's breath.
Beyond these walls, the dead roam free, Hunter. Be vigilant.
Oh, am I allowed to leave now? Are you... Are all the gates just open now?
Bony brutes will never make it inside these walls. Excellent.
Okay, good to know. I'm strong enough to leave. But we do have some more buildings to search, and by some more, I think it's just this one to go. Oh, the more. The mortuary. Okay, that's handy. Is there not someone here? Because I'd love to steal things, but... apparently not. So I'm allowed to go upstairs? Roberts.
So, what's the bad news? More orcs rampaging through the docks? Or have those infernal statues sent another soul flying to his death?
Tell me about yourself after I check what you've got to sell, which is fuck all.
This here's my family business. Yes, there's been a Roberts escorting stiffs into the next life since the foundation of Cyseal itself. They don't write epics about morticians, but I'm proud of my work nonetheless.
What can you tell me about Jake's murder?
Sad story, that. Though if I'm speaking plainly, the sentimental aspect
Can I
of it
turn
all
this
doesn't
light
make
off
much
yet?
of an impression on an undertaker. Especially not these days, with so many laid low
Still
by
dark.
the orcs and such like. I just concern myself with giving the remains a respectable exit from life. We set him to rest in the northern graveyard. Perhaps he can finally get a little peace.
About Jake's body.
What about it? Didn't I just say we gave it a respectable send-off? Why are you giving me the third degree? Now, if you don't mind, I'm trying to run a business here.
I was a little suspicious.
The death man is
So,
nervous as
what's the bad news? More orcs rampaging through the docks? Or have those infernal statues sent another soul flying to his death?
The bad news is, you've met me, Mr. Kleptomaniac himself.
Another one for the collection.
Do 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 do. Do 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 do. No, fucking sneak, idiot. That is the Mortician's chest. Let's have a look at what he's got in here. Nice. Nice. Is that it? Boring. Okay, we're done. We're going to go downstairs now, if that's okay. Can I get in here? I can. Come on, everyone in, so we can close the door.
Nothing but rubbish.
Roberts' ledger. Couple of corpses and a bucket. With all of their loot removed, hey? Right, what does your ledger say, young man? Furthermore, I find it impossible that anyone but Mayor Cecil, Captain Aureus, Evelyn, or Esmeralda would have been able to gain access to the body without my noticing. A corpse can't just vanish into thin air. And even if it could, it's not as though a strong wind could blow a sack of gold onto the empty slab. No, one of them must have been involved, but as long as no one gets digging up Jake's coffin, I don't see how the crime could ever be traced back to me.
Looks like the Mortician is rather suspicious about Jake.
What could Mayor Cecil, Captain Aureus, or Evelyn have to do with it?
Dun dun dun! Right, dude.
So, what's the bad news? More orcs rampaging through the docks?
What can you tell me about Jake's murder?
Sad story, that. I just concern myself.
About the body?
How do you... Ah, the ledger, is it? Fool was I to leave it in the open. Or perhaps I even looked forward to being found out. Well, as you know, I have my suspects in the matter. What would you like to know?
Why do you suspect Mayor Cecil?
Plenty of us shopkeepers entrust the mayor with the spare keys to our businesses, you know. And he's the only person in town with a second copy of the key to the mortuary. He could have used it to sidle in without a peep, if he were so inclined.
Why do you suspect Captain Aureus?
Aureus himself paid me a visit the night the body was delivered. Came rapping at my door in the frosty morning before the sun had even started peeping, and told me to tell him, and only him, if I noticed anything strange or suspicious about the remains. Can't see why he'd bothered to go through all that trouble, unless he knew something the rest of us don't.
Suspicious. Why do you suspect Evelyn? Who was Evelyn again? Evelyn was the physician's apprentice.
I know it sounds strange suspecting the doctor's apprentice of something so ghoulish as this, but there's few in this city could manage to transport a corpse without raising eyebrows. It was she who delivered Jake's body from the inn to the mortuary. And there was something about her that night. Some kind of excitement. Seemed she could barely contain her thoughts. That there was something thrilling about to happen. I can't quite settle it in my mind how a young medical professional would have such a strange reaction to an occasion such as that. And this may or may not have anything to do with the whole rigmarole. But her master, Dr. Theleron, bought an old shack of mine, one overtaken by undead, for an exorbitant price considering what he was getting. I never did figure what he wanted it for, but he sure seemed eager.
Dr. Theleron's bought a shack overtaken by the undead, so outside the city gates, I guess. Why do you suspect Esmeralda?
I never saw a widow less distraught at the death of her husband, and I've seen hundreds pass through my parlor. It was she who rang my bell just before the body was snatched, lured me outside claiming she needed air, before discussing the funeral arrangements. Some accomplice could have sneaked in and grabbed the remains while I was comforting the oh-so-overcome Esmeralda.
About the bag of gold you received for keeping quiet.
That gold's the only good thing to come out of this blasted affair, and I certainly plan on making some use of it.
Hand over the money before it stains your reputation is charm, intimidate, or reason. Surely Bertia, whose sheep you stole, deserves this money more than anyone. Hand over the gold so it can make its way to the rightful owner. Ugh. Damn it. Damn it. Damn it. Are you shitting me?
That old bag's as fat as a heifer. She won't miss that sheep for a moment, and she sure as hell won't starve over it. We'll have none of that, you hear?
How about a gift to heal old wounds? Wait, why is he so angry at me now? Oh, he hates me. What can I give him? Here, have a bucket. Hey, have all this stuff that I just stole from you. How about that? So he's at minus 55. I accept your offer. He's still at minus 50. Oh god, he hates me.
That's enough of that now.
Wow. Okay. Catch you later then, dude. I don't want to close you in there, actually. Who are you? Eglander. You're the guy that had the room in the inn.
Oh, how nice it is of you. The very picture of youth, to break the monotony of an elder's day. Wild away on this hardwood bench. Pray, let me be forward with you. O sapling rose, O leaf of spring. For my weary mind is troubled, and would highly prize thy gentle-handed assistance, thy kind ministrations.
Tell me more about yourself, and also I don't want to have sex with you, old man.
I am but an aged elf that has seen the years parade in long succession. Gladly shall I tell you more. Will I regale thee, O whelp of men, with my tale? But not here, where the winds may steal my words.
About the assistance you asked of me.
You would listen to my grievances, guide me towards untroubled realms. Oh, you are truly a wonder, oh budding flower of the morn. Yet, that which I would tell you is of a rather private nature.
This guy's creeping me
so
out.
let us escape both the chill and the eye of public scrutiny. Hot spiced wine and a snug little room awaits us on the King Crab's first floor. Let us go there so that we can warm our bones, yet make shiver our hearts with a tale of loss and sorrow.
Okay, creepy old man. What have we got here? Dig, dig, dig. The fuck? I am confused. I guess let's explode you. Am I close? Oh yeah.
A little help here!
Right. Okay, that was fun.
Sweet relief!
Right, apparently, digging up these things create bomb boys. I said bomb boys. Quickly eat an apple. Got anything else that doesn't tell me that I don't know what it does? Because whilst I need healing, that's probably for the best. In it, lad. Let's try again.
Sweet relief!
A bone. Some mushrooms.
Here lies Gregory, whose wife told him so. Here lies Judith, warrior princess. Here lies Neil, killed in the line of duty. I want to go home.
What?
Here lies Jared. Shall I come back as an enraged spirit or a lovable prankster ghost?
Was that Jared? I think the monster was called Jared, wasn't it?
Here lies Patrick. You can kill me, but you'll never kill the dancer inside me.
Okay.
Here lies Kimberly. Finally.
Finally. Is this like a real thing that we can do?
What on earth would an undertaker want with the likes of Huggett?
I don't know, I do declare.
Here lies Catherine. I know, I was great.
You're happy now anyway, we've had a combat. It nearly killed me.
Looks like that dog is awfully agitated.
Perhaps he wants to tell us something.
So many dead civilians.
Here lies Helen,
It's an honor
killed
to
by an
visit the vault.
enraged zombie.
But theirs is
I'm
not
sure we
a
can
sad
talk this
fate, I
out.
think. To join the grass? To become food for the trees and flowers? What could be more peaceful? May the seven keep you.
Helen, level 8. Gee whizzer. How many action points have I got? I could Boulder Bash. Wait, why did that go behind? Oh, it's so annoying. Back up, back up, back up. What have you got? Ricochet. Ranged power stance. Let's do that. And then also step back. A bit more. Right, Gothica. You know what you're doing. Come on, sweetheart. Okay, good. And I need you to...
I can defeat them all in one blow.
Fuck. Hey. Hey. Wait, are they... I hope they're good guys. For fuck's sake. Right. Okay, they were on my side, that's good. God, she nearly had her ass handed to her. That was a level 8. Why is there level 8s in the starter zone? What is going on?
Rest in peace. On the men.
Does any of these heal anything? Let's give her the bread. Gothica, you can have the bread. Right, I killed it, mates. I killed it.
Rest in peace.
Here lies Helen, killed by an enraged zombie. I'm sure we can talk this out.
Right, let's try this again.
Bless the seven I am restored.
Rest in peace, darling.
Into the fray once more.
Here lies Jacques, the oldest man in Sicil. Get off my grave, ye jackanapes.
Give her one final heal. What's this thing? Divine Light. Decreases target's willpower and bodybuilding.
A stitch in time, eh, my friends?
Okay. Let's go get that shovel. Save, because this is a big grave. I feel like there's going to be lots of zombies in here. Whoa. Okay, we'll come back here in a second.
May the seven keep you.
The fuck? The fuck? Where is that going to take us? Hi,
Peace
Siva.
be with you, traveller. May your lost loved ones rest in peace.
Tell me about yourself.
I once lived a prosperous life with my husband and our happy little daughter Loni. But when the undead plague broke out,
My dear husband was among the first killed. Loney never recovered from the loss. And when a group of mercenaries, predators, more aptly called, came to town dangling the opportunity to annihilate those undead devils, Loney lapped up their rhetoric and joined without so much as a backward glance. She were killed less than a week after she joined. Here she lies, and here I stand, mourning the death of my last joy.
Okay, bye then.
In memory of Loney, death lies on her like an untimely frost upon the sweetest flower of all the field. Here lies Nemris, master of philosophy.
May the seven keep
We
you.
talk to the dog.
Hey, wow! I was wondering where that awesome sweaty boot smell was coming from. And here you are. Wow! This is great! I'm Murphy, Jake's dog. Wow, you smell great! Have you been rolling around on dead things all day? That's my favourite hobby too.
Hey, tell me about yourself, boy.
You know who I miss? Jake. Sometimes he'd just sit there being awesome. And I'd give him this look like, you smell great. And he'd give me this look like, you do too, Murphy. And he was my best friend. I came here so I could smell Jake again. He smelled great. But whatever's buried there doesn't smell like Jake at all. No, it's definitely not Jake. He was awesome.
About your master's death, boy.
If I ever find out who killed Jake, the most awesome Jake who ever jaked, I'll bark so much. Seriously, so much. You have no idea.
I gotta go now, boy. Dig, dig, dig.
Rest in peace, darling.
Jake, where are you?
Nemris.
Are you here, Jake?
Look here, even a sage and author as renowned as I is flattered when mortals dare among the dead to seek him out. Well, here I am, Nemris the Wise. You may go wide-eyed with amazement now.
Tell me about yourself.
As if I need introduction. Nemris the thinker, the theorist, the visionary. Come now, surely you lack the time, as I do, for such silly questions.
You're an author?
Oh, I've written so many celebrated treatises, but of course you have read and revered the philosophy of death, the diamond in the crown that is my literary legacy.
I actually have read that.
There isn't a civilized soul alive that hasn't perused its profound pages percolating with perspicacity. Alas, that so few show an understanding of my words, so few show the expected intellectual growth when I put them to the test.
Where are you, Jake?
I'm gonna do a quick save and then see if I
The very
can.
fact that you seek me out once more,
Put me to the test.
Do you truly feel you are ready to prove that you have read and understood the philosophy of death?
Yeah.
Then we shall proceed to test the mettle of your acumen forthwith. Between life and death, death is the greater force. So argues the clergyman. Is he correct?
Of course not.
Correct. He is not.
Let us proceed. Life is life's own goal, the question that is itself the answer. Good. Now I am unburdened of all worries, am I not?
Life is life's own goal. The question that is itself the answer. Now I am unburdened of all worries.
May the seven keep
Oh, I don't know. Life is life's own goal. Am I unburdened of all worries? I'm going to say no.
Last query. Boldly do I scorn the bonds of faith and fear. Death I dub thee life's equal. Is this my salvation or my undoing?
Death I dub thee life's
Seven
equal.
keep you.
It is your salvation.
Indeed.
Most impressive. Nothing short of miraculous.
Yeah.
You have barely fathomed the message of my book. My undying respect is yours, to an extent.
Got me an achievement, baby.
Content in the knowledge that my legacy is in good hands. Ta-ta! I shall see you in the next life.
Darling.
Whoop. Oh my.
Here
Thanks,
lies
Nemris.
master of philosophy.
What did you give me?
May the seven keep you.
What have you got? You've got just a crappy old cloth hat. You can have a bit more.
Jake, where are you? Are you
And
here,
then
Jake?
we will identify you and give you to Bear Daughter. And you can equip that.
Rest in peace, darling.
You've got a 7. You also now have a 7.
Where are you?
Nice. Right, what's this?
Here lies David, who ran from the Reaper. You'll never catch me alive.
Hello, David.
As hot as the hell you soon inhabit!
Yeah, get him, boy. Not enough action points. Fuck. I swear to God, if you attack Murphy and not me, I am going to reload. Target is blocked. Okay, come over here and then do it then. Target is blocked. Blocked by what?
I can see the white light.
Holy moly. She can only get one shot off a round. Right, you've got to kill it. You son of a bitch. You have to kill it. Jesus.
May the seven keep you.
Lamb chops.
I think I might be underleveled for this place. What do you do?
Sweet relief.
Let's give Medora the potatoes. Right.
May
Here
the
lies
seven
Jake.
keep you.
Please do not disturb.
That was Jake.
Here lies Kavanagh.
Where are you?
Will they have Sicil
Are you
pie
here,
in the
Jake?
afterlife?
Jake!
Here lies James, as usual, the filthy fibber.
It's James, the filthy fibber. Let's dig him up. Don't fucking touch me. Oh, he had nothing on him. Was that Sicile pie? The fuck?
Here lies Kavanagh. Will they have Sicile pie in the afterlife?
Right, let's dig Jake up.
Rest in peace,
What
darling.
trickery is this? That's not Jake.
Sheep's
It's
corpse.
a rotting sheep's corpse.
Where are you, Jake?
It seems someone
Are you playing loudly? Wow, that dead sheep smells pretty great. I mean, wow. But it's nothing compared to Jake. Seems like some mutt is marking my territory.
This isn't your master, boy.
Someone stole Jake? Jake stole my ball once, but then he threw it far, and I went and I got it. And Jake was awesome. Listen, if you go around town and find someone who you think might have done it, bring me a really stinky something of theirs. And I'll see if I can smell Jake on it. An awesome smell. I couldn't mistake it.
Do you think you could smell whoever killed Jake?
Esmeralda? Ugh, terrible smell. Like flowers and soap. Not awesome. Ugh, hated her. Aureus is kind of awesome. Evelyn, too. They both have a sweaty, dead thingy smell. Cecil, he's alright, I guess. Mostly, he smells like old books, which is neither awesome nor non-awesome. Bring me anything of theirs, and I'll be able to tell you if I can sniff out Jake's smell on them. Jake has the best smell. I'd know it anywhere. Did you find something for me to stick my nose into?
Here, smell this. It belonged to Cecil.
I've heard people say that politicians stink. Give me a whiff, and I'll be able to tell you if it's a Jake kind of stink. No, not him. No scent of Jake whatsoever.
Smell this. It belonged to Esmeralda.
Jake was awesome, and she didn't like Jake, so I'm pretty sure she's the worst thing that ever lived. Let me get a whiff. Oh, take this away. It smells like every rich man in town except Jake. No, there's definitely not a hint of Jake here.
Smell this. It belonged to Evelyn.
Evelyn? I always thought her stink was a pretty good stink. Let me give that a sniff. This smells awesome. Too awesome. This has Jake's scent all over it.
Evelyn's stuff had Jake's scent all over it. I've got to go now, boy. Oh god, I'm encumbered. Sax. God, I need to shift some of this shit. I really do. Look at all these keys, like so many fucking keys. Oh, that weighs 70. Can I just like chuck that on the floor over there? There we go, fucking hell. I don't want to carry around a sheep corpse, I don't think, anyway. Hey, Mr. Mouse. Hey. Hey.
Oh!
Dance and dugongs, you nearly startled me out of my boots. Well, you've got my attention, comrade.
I was supposed to be talking to the mouse.
Nemeris is the greatest philosopher in the land, you know. I'd give me left whiskers to be half as smart as him.
She's fucking from Liverpool, isn't she? Right, that door's still... I wonder if these guys will let me open this gate now.
To leave the city. Salutations.
Open the
You
gate.
don't look like you're quite ready to head out. Thank you for heeding my...
Okay, so they still don't want me to leave. Even though I've got 4 party members, I'm still not leveled up enough, mate. Well, with a Liverpudlian mouse. From Liverpool. That's a fucking great philosopher over there. Right, where do I want to go? There's like a
twice.
There's a few places. So there's here, which I would love to figure out how to get into. Oh, there we go. Apparently I can lockpick now. In we go, everybody. Close the door behind you. No. I swear to God, Medora. No, not Medora. Bear Daughter. No, yeah, Medora. No. What is happening? What? What is that? Divine Light Skill Book. Nice. Okay. Good. Hello, rat, mouse. Okay, fuck off then.
There's a man in town who sells paintings and treasure maps. Do you think he knows the way to the realm of fairy?
I don't know. Right, bucket.
Another one for the collection.
Broom. Well, we'll take the painting of this man, though. He Who Smelt It, Volume 3. Nice. And Secret Cellar. Where's it go? Come here, mouse. Come here.
Dead men can't jail anyone.
Dead men can't jail anyone. It's a journal. Right, whose journal was this? The journal cover appears to be swollen and weather-worn. Its spine cracks as you open a yellowed page. 3 Rubrin. They heave themselves across the tunnel like great slimy rats. Soon enough, I'll hear them tapping, banging on my cellar door. To think that the smithy of Sicil will close for this. These doors that have remained open through sleet and shine for 100 years, shut for a passel of living bones. Today the last fires will burn in my forge. I have crafted traps, many of them. The undead don't like fire, or so I've heard. So they'll get a mouthful of it if they dare crawl towards the cellar. I only hope that no innocents enter the cellar before the traps are sprung. Alas, it is a chance I must take.
Shut tight!
Can I lockpick? So... how do I get in? Can you lockpick? Can you lockpick? Can you lockpick? It requires level 1 lockpicking. Why can't I lock... oh, wait. Is it because I don't have any lockpicks? Maybe that's the... give them back to me. Yeah, there we go. Right, everyone be on your guard.
Careful now, that's a trap.
What does this lever do? We'll never know. We could probably... Everyone stand back. I'm gonna... Wait, actually, can I just disarm the trap? Pretty sure that's something that I can do. Nice. Okay. Okay, so maybe this resets that. It does. Do a quick save. Separate you, because the others are incompetent.
Hold! Our enemies have laid a trap.
God's sake. Right, you come over here. In fact, you can just stay there. I'm gonna have to separate them all. Ugh. Right, now... Oh my god. I hate my life. I found a repair hammer, yay! Okay, this should stop them all. God, what the fuck is this place? Seriously.
Perceptive travelers find lots more treasure than short-sighted ones.
Mm-hmm. Do they indeed? Yoink. What was this? +1 intelligence. Don't mind if I do. Don't mind mind if I do? Right, do I have a spell? Oh no, actually. Oh, it's gone. The fuck?
Careful! I've spotted a trap.
Yes, you have. Right, down we go. Level 2 Scorcher. Where the fuck are we? Make it good. It's just it's the traps that's the problem. Right, that guy's made of fire, but what are you? Just some archers. Skeletal Scorcher. That costs 5, that costs 5, that costs 3. I could technically...
This ought to slow him down.
That was not what I wanted to do. I think you're right. I need to get good. There we go. That worked. Right, Gothica. You use all of your movement to head down here. You do the same. Don't tread in the fire. Good.
You are but kindling for my triumphant blaze.
Nice. Not enough action points to move and attack. Fine. Hey. Nice. There we go, mate. I got good.
More junk.
Right, where are we? Where are we? fumbling undead mage, undead killer, undead swordsman. This place seems huge. Rightio. Mage is the focus. I wish there was an undo button. She was the wrong person I was supposed to send forward. I'm such a badass. Cursing arrow. Don't mind if I do. What's this? I have too much to carry. All of my stealing has been weighing on me. What was that? We don't need a wash tub. We absolutely don't need a wash tub. What else have we got? Oh, oil barrels. Be careful around those. I fling around fire scrolls a bit too willy-nilly for my liking. Right, well here's a ladder. Where do you take me? Oh, I actually forgot about this. I was I was supposed to come down here after the after I found out what happened to Jake. Okay, interesting. Very, very interesting. Right, that's where I came from, so I could either go left or right. What the fuck? What happened? Torch is burning what? Is that fog that can explode? I guess not. I guess not. Can I light the torch to make... Okay. I don't know what happened there. Let's come back later. Let's come back later after we've explored this way in the cavern. Wolfgraf? Who the fuck are you? I want to talk to the rat first.
Do you like whales? There are a few around Sicil, though one has gone tragically missing. Poor old Wally.
Poor old Wally. Oh my god, there is gold everywhere. Give me money, give me money, give me all the money. Right.
You see a shady-looking figure fishing coins of gold out of the muddy water that pools beneath the well overhead. His movements are quick and nervous, but nevertheless, he seems to enjoy stuffing what cash he can find into the many pockets of his shabby garb.
Does he? Does he indeed?
So absorbed is he in his coin hoarding that at first he doesn't notice your presence. Suddenly, though, he pauses, looks up, and quick as a cat its talons, readies 2 daggers.
Doesn't do threaten source hunter. Let me show you why. Ho there, fella. We don't mean you no harm. Tell us what you're doing here. We're good guys.
Your friendly tone of voice has immediate effect. The man quickly relaxes his aggressive stance, sheathes his weapons, and pulls a quill and a scrap of parchment out of one of his pockets. Dexterously, he writes down a couple of phrases, then holds it out for you to read.
Okay.
Mute. Can't speak. You look professional. You the source hunter the wizard asked for?
Indeed, I am a source hunter.
Excitedly, the man turns over the scrap and pens a few more lines. Name's Wolfulv. I admire you. No hero like source hunter. Sicil dead end. Please let me join you.
If you'd like to join me, I need to know a bit more about you.
Wolfulv nods enthusiastically and pulls a couple of ripped parchment pieces out from his vestments. Hastily, he covers them with words and pushes them in your hands, one after the other. Been mute since I was a kid. Sorcerers took my voice. People think I'm stupid. I'm not. Get money, food where I can. Steal if I must. Not from poor folks. I'm a good sneak, good fighter, good with locks. See things you don't. Want to help you. I'm useful. Want to catch sorcerers. Make them pay. Please.
About your joining me.
Wolfulv notices there's no room left in your party and shrugs his shoulders.
Oh man. What do we get rid of? The ranger? Maybe I'll get rid of the ranger.
Rawr! That is, how can I help you, my friend?
Can you leave the party for now?
Fine, my friend. But I will stay far away from this screech woman. Perhaps among the crowd at the alehouse is best.
Yep, off you go.
Wolfulv looks at you expectantly. Wolfulv eagerly catches your gaze with the best puppy eyes imitation he can muster.
I could use someone with your specific type of expertise. Consider yourself hired.
Be welcome, Wolfgraf. Riches await. If you'll obtain
2
them for us.
wolves in the party. Well, not quite. Wolfgraf.
Wolfulv smiles and shakes your hand in thanks. With a gesture of the arm, he seems to say, I'm ready. Lead the way.
Nice. Tell me what you do. You must tell me what you do. You're equipped with daggers. Good. What are your skills? You're a backstabber, an escapist, light stepper. You've got 7 perception. You've got dexterity. Okay, okay. Got 2 points in scoundrel, and a point each in sneaking, pickpocket. And you like to dual wield daggers. Okay, I got you, my dude. You probably stay at the back here. Right, we'll see how this works. Do I have anything for you, actually? Do you have any equipment you might like? Send that to him. Is 36 any better than what they've got? No. I could give him that. It gives him a bit of minus movement, which probably isn't great. I don't need to give him that. I don't know what his boots are like, but let's send him that. That's even more telekinesis. Do I want better perception or better telekinesis? I think I'm doing pretty good with telekinesis right now. What have you got? Just a corroded gold ring. Well, let's give it to the thief, actually. Telekinesis, that would make sense, right? Yours are 11, they're 17. That gives you +1 initiative. That gives you... It's not that much better, actually. I thought we had some knives, but maybe I'm mistaken. +1 lockpicking and +2 initiative. That's going to him. Here you go. Get them on. Oh, there we go. There is a knife. That takes 5 to attack. And teaches me the fireball spell. And I can dual wield. Hehehe. Alright, Wolfgram. Let's head back down this way, see if we can get past... I mean, I could use the rain scroll that I've got, I suppose. Why is one of them yellow? Oh no, wait, that's a rat. There we go, it stopped burning. Hooray. I don't really know what happened, to be honest, but we'll take all that, very nice.
Hold! Our enemies have laid a trap.
An explosive mine. Wolfgram, you're up. Let's see if you can do your thing. Now we'll see if you can do your thing. Also, you need to heal yourself.
I needed that.
Nice. Ah, a rat.
These skeletons are always mumbling about Brachus Rex. Is that a new type of cheese? They're always inventing new things over Emirata.
Are they? French rat. I wonder where they get their accents from. Oh, and a ladder. And a autosave. Suspicious. Very, very suspicious. Right, let's go see where this leads then. This is the chest I marked on the map that I didn't know how to get to. Brilliant. Okay, I think that means I can remove that then. How do you remove it? Yeah. Nice. And then there's no point in running back through the caves. We explored it all. So we head back to the harbour. Oh my god, I've just realised we can talk to these guys.
Well, tuck my tail and call me Bessie. A 2 feet addressing me directly? Huh, I thought I'd never see the day.
Tell me a bit about yourself.
Oh, me and my brother Bull have dragged this here cart all around Sightseal, from dock to graveyard and back again. Speaking of Bull, you ought to say hello to him. He's clairvoyant, you know. Can tell your fortune to the T.
Really?
I'm seeing 2 feet approaching me, and here you are. My powers astound even me.
Okay, tell me about yourself.
I'm Bull, the leading clairvoyant in Sightseal. The 2 feets never bother to ask, but I see all that is and is to be.
Can you tell my fortune?
Of course, most winsome 2 feet. Of course. What would you like to know?
Do you think it's only one choice you get? Will I be lucky in love?
Well, that depends, 2 feet. That depends. I see that love has caused you to falter in the past. Yes, falter dearly. You must reconcile your mistakes before you will find true love.
I see. Will I be wealthy?
Why, yes, most wealthy indeed. But you must be vigilant, 2 feet, for I see that your wealth will come by bloody means.
Okay, how will I die?
Death. Ever the most difficult topic to foretell.
Tell me.
I see, oh dear. No, your reading is over, do you hear? Over.
What? Outrageous. Outrageous.
Well, what does it matter?
Right, there was also, I've got a plan for this chest that for some reason this fucking rope seems to be stopping. Oh well, I've got really good telekinesis now actually. Maybe I can just like, boom, and then open it. I was going to throw the teleporter over and then teleport to it. Apparently I don't need to do that now because I'm super powerful wizard. Nice. Right, we've got these 3 sailors. I guess the question is, what do we do with them? We've got Captain Jack, and we've got the Fabulous 5, the Fantastic 5, whatever they're called.
Have you found us a job yet? We'll take anything. Really?
About finding work.
So, any leads?
I'm being a good boy, so I'm not going to send them to the Fabulous 5 because that is very clearly a pyramid scheme. Send them to Captain Jack.
It's a perfect fit. Captain Jack it is.
So, a captain's offering booze and brass for a bit of crate loading? Gods be praised. You've done it, friend. Off we go.
Off we go. Nice.
And don't forget the tiny
I also needed to talk to this guy, Conrad, about Mayor Cecil's staff.
Sailor, what news from the mainland? Ahoy, sailor! Are you enjoying the fresh winds of Sightseal?
What do you know about the staff of Pergamon?
Aye, that Cecil's worse than a rooster. Crowing all around town about matters he ought to know are better kept quiet. Well, if you know about the staff, I suppose you also know it's gone without a trace.
Gone without a trace.
For my part, I haven't a clue where it could have gone. Overboard, stolen, or vanished into thin air. Though I'm quite eager to see it return. I've got a reputation to uphold, you know. Wouldn't hurt to ask some of my men. I tried myself, but sailors tend to be a bit tight-lipped when they're afraid of getting one another in some trouble. Seaman's code, you know. Not to rat out a fellow sailor.
Okay.
Sauce? Here? Inside
Shut up.
seal?
Tell me about this stuff.
Staff for what now? No, never heard of it. Much less seen it. Check with one of the others, maybe.
Okie doke.
You called to Wolfulv. He awaits your queries.
I did not mean to.
Sir, as fine a specimen as one of her stocks, sir.
Marv. Wait.
Here, inside
Tell me about your
seal.
stuff.
Now that you mention it, I noticed Dietmar, a fellow merchant travelling with us, carrying a sealed box off the ship during the attack. At the time, I figured he was just escaping with his personal effects. But it could well have been that staff you're talking about.
Do you know anything about a certain Dietmar?
Well, sure, I saw him slip off the ship, but I haven't a clue where he could possibly be now. Captain Conrad's the man to ask for such matters.
Okay.
Ever heard about the time?
Heard anything about the whereabouts of the magic stick yet?
One of your men saw Dietmar make off with a package.
What? That weasel has it for sure. But I'll tell you this. I didn't speak of that stuff to a soul on board. If he's the one who took it, he must have known it was on the ship before stepping foot on her decks.
Okay.
I'm sure he'll make a run for it, probably by boat. I'd look for him on an outer-side beach somewhere. He's probably there now, trying to launch a vessel in private. If he hasn't already escaped, that is.
Okay, go. Bye-bye.
Heard anything about...
No, I
Heard
wanna...
anything about the whereabouts of the magic stick yet?
I wanna try and sell some stuff. You can't get the rare drop, mate. What rare drop are you after? What are you trying to do?
Speaking of youthful gore, that loopy legionnaire really thinks that orky charm loves him.
Rare crossbow. In RuneScape. From God.
Ever hear about the time the captain took the Duchess of Federal's carriage for a joyride?
Okay. Well, good luck.
Oh, and don't forget the time he got caught passing a love note to the Lizard Councillor's wife.
Good luck. It sounds like me with the fishing mount in Warcraft, to be honest. That is not going well. And by not going well, I mean nothing is happening.
What
are you, ink pot?
Ever hear about the time the captain took the Duchess of Federal's carriage for
And then
a
file
joyride?
rack.
No, he didn't. He drove it straight to the pub and back.
Wait, what was that? File
Oh, and
rack.
don't forget the time he got caught passing a love note to the Lizard Councillor's wife.
Is that why we never sail to Yuthel Gore anymore?
Okay.
Speaking of youthful gore, that loopy legionnaire really thinks that orky charm loves
Earth
him.
essence. Don't know what that does. Fuse, I guess, to
Ever hear
do
about the
stuff.
time the captain took the Duchess of Federal's carriage for a joyride?
Right, there we go. Let's do that. Go to Wolfgraf. You got anything to sell, Wolfgraf? We don't need that anymore. We don't need that anymore. I don't believe we need that. That's the Source Hunter's bow. Why do you have that? I wonder if he gets it from when your other party member leaves.
No, he didn't. He drove it straight to the pub and back.
Oh, and don't forget the time he got caught passing a love note to the Lizard Councillor's wife.
Is that why we never sail to Yuthel Gore anymore?
Speaking of youthful gore, that loopy legionnaire really thinks that orky charm loves him.
I wouldn't let an orc within 500 yards of my loving nature.
Ever hear about the time the captain took the Duchess of Federal's carriage for a joyride?
No, he didn't. He drove it straight to the pub and back.
There we go. Now we can sell some more stuff. Medora's chest armor we don't need. We don't need some buckets. We don't need that. cunning old bastard sword of
Speaking
the...
of youthful gore, that loopy
Yeah, we don't
legionnaire
need that.
really thinks that orky charm loves him.
I wouldn't let an orc within 500 yards of my loving nature.
Ever hear about the time the captain took the Duchess of Feddle's carriage for a joyride?
For a joyride.
Knowing him, he drove it straight to the pub and back.
Oh, and don't forget the time he got caught passing a love note to the Lizard Councillor's wife.
She's equipped with an outdated bastard sword. I do need to up her level a little bit. Right, okay. I will take my leave.
Thinks that orky charm loves him.
I wouldn't let an orc within 500 yards of my loving nature.
Right.
Oh, nothing new, sir. Ever hear about the time the captain took the Duchess of Feddle's carriage for a joyride?
I think what we should probably do now is head on over to these locked buildings that I mentioned.
We'll be leaving as soon as we're packed up.
So just up and to the right. So this was one of them, I'm pretty sure. Oh, this was Evelyn's house. And... oh yeah, maybe we'll go there second. Okay, somehow, somewhere, I found the key. Who is Reginald? Why do I have the key to his house? I will take his stuff though. Do a save. What's down here? Reginald's house's cellar. Juggling orange. Is he a juggler? Reginald's die. Oh, he's the guy that had the head. Right. Tell me. He Who Smelt It, Volume 3. Rumour has it that orc smiths make their great axes with 2 pieces of steel. Most men couldn't carry such a large weapon, let alone swing it, so few attempt the forging process. 2-handed swords can be crafted in a similar manner using twin pieces of iron instead of steel. A sword as long as a man is high. It takes quite the broadsword to wield such a thing. Nice. Right, come on, Reginald. Fortunate day. A trip down to the beaches of the Black Cove yielded a wonderful treasure. A talking head. Katerina says it's the stuff of Source, but how can such a silly gag be the product of dark magic? It insists its name is Nick, but I think I'll call it Stefan. Now there's a name with the flair of the showman about it. Wouldn't luck have it, the Curio knows a story or two already, and what a voice. My show will be the most profitable at the fair. I fairly bulge with joy when I think about the sad sack look on Cedric's face. Okay, so he didn't actually think that... He just thinks the head's like a toy or something. Okay, okay. Let's... guys, can we shut the doors behind us, please? Let's filter the... God, I've got so many fucking quests, seriously. What was Into the Dark? Ahu told us there are more orcs to be found on the western beach. Okay, talking statues. A beggar told us that he burned all his possessions because the statues told him to. They must be the same statues of the diary of the guy we found on the beach. The Undead Scourge. The Legion's Lieutenant Selenia asked us to root out the source of the undead plague in Sicile. So that's outside of the city. Selenia outside the city. Burial mound. Selenia outside the city. Church. Selenia outside the city. The Wild Woman and the Renegade. A feral woman named Beardotter told her she's looking for her companion Jareth. A letter she found suggested someone called Attenborough might be involved. Okay, Tom, Charlene, Mayor Cecil's maid, said she was looking for her brother Tom. He left to become an adventurer. She hasn't heard from him in quite some time. And we know they've sent some people to the North Caves outside of town. Mayor Cecil has asked the Fabulous Five to destroy a rogue robot of Ahu's that's taken over the Northern Cave. Okay, Kitty Love. We have been asked by Unsinkable Sam, the Tavern Tomcat, to investigate why the cat of his dreams, Maxine, isn't interested in him. Yeah, we could go and do that. Oh, actually, first. Should we maybe... God damn it. Do a quick save. Can you? Lock level 4. Christ. Okay. What about the front door? Lock level 5. And I clearly don't have the key for her house yet. Well... Secrets of the Scroll. Letter from the Conduit. Can I, like... No, I can't. We could maybe pickpocket her, but I'm not sure I'm good enough at pickpocketing to do that just yet. We could give it a go. We'll save. You got it! Nice one, mate! How long's it taken you? How long's the grind been? Wait, where is she?
Oh, I know it's here somewhere. To what do I owe the repeated pleasures? Or far be it from her to tell her master what in the seven's name she's up to. The girl flew from here like she just heard the location of the Philosopher's Stone. She even left her pouch unattended in the next room. Most unlike her, to be sure.
What about her pouch?
She usually keeps it within sight at all times. Very strange she'd leave it behind. It's in the next room if you'd like to take a look.
If you'd like to take a look. 169 kills. Christ mate, how long does it take to respawn? Where do you think she could have run off to?
I'd try her house, for starters. It's not far from here. I'll mark the location on your map.
I think I already know where it is, but thank you very much. You've got a lot of money. Can I sell you some crap that I don't need? It said I found a blacksmith's hammer at some point as well, right? Wait, are they real arrows? Yeah. Do 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 do. That one's a lucky rabbit paw, and those two are just normal rabbit paws, so we get rid of those. Do 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 do. There it is, the repair hammer. Right, how does that look? Yeah, let's do it. Okay, buy them. Alright, where's your pouch? Evelyn's backpack. With the key to her house. Perfect.
That tone.
Okay.
Soothing a corpse's troubled mind.
Right, let's go back to her house then, which is this one. Right, everyone in. Close the door behind you. What's this? The reveal spell. Level up, baby. Evelyn's diary. Letter from the conduit. Curious parchment.
I guess someone else got here first.
Anything under the bed? No, I just want to sleep on it apparently. Right, lovely. What have we discovered? I really ought to sort some of this shit out. How many times have I said that? Curious parchment. Reanimation serum. Boil the last mint sprouts of the season within a sludge made of 1 part crow's eye jelly to 4 parts sour holy water. Add the tear of a blind beetle. Add the tear of a blind beetle and let it stand for 2 moons. There are 2 hastily scribbled notes at the bottom of the parchment. The first reads King Crab Inn, Mortician, evening. The second reads Esmeralda, evening visit. Letter from the conduit. Evelyn. T tells me the hour is nigh. The king will live again. When the stone is secured, I will be unstoppable. Surely you've heard about my sister already, gone forever. There is so little that stands in our way now. Redouble your devotion, for the rewards are inconceivable. We shall meet again soon. Signed the conduit. Through blood her power flows. Through blood her triumph grows. Secrets of the Scroll, Volume 1. Dust to dust. One of the major ingredients the aspiring enchanter and potion maker should master is bone dust. In this case, success depends on the proper use of tools. A mortar and pestle will always produce a fine-grained bone dust, whereas more rudimentary or aggressive methods of grinding bones and skulls will leave you with a pile of useless splinters. Invest in a mortar and pestle before considering a cheap alternative. Pile after pile of fine and effective bone dust will be your reward for this small investment. The 7 gods were still young when they decided that each of them should have their own race to guide through the eternal flow of time, and thus it happened that Rayleigh, the most powerful of all gods, became the patron of humans. The burly Duna created the dwarves in his own likeness, and even lived alongside them in the mountainous caverns. Tyr Sendelius, the poet, went into the woods and created the elves. He blessed them with near immortality and wisdom. The reptile goddess Zolstissa wished to command a proud warrior race, and thus she created the lizard people, fierce fighters from the wasteland. The god Vrogir, renowned for his brutality and violence, created the orcs and enslaved them for more than 300 years before he left Rivellon. Zanteza, the goddess of mirth and laughter, wanted an intelligent race, versed with the arts of magic around her. She created the imps, who were talented magicians and engineers. The goddess Amadia was an outsider, preferring to live in complete solitude. As the centuries passed, the 6 races spread over the continent. One day, Amadia's dalliance with a wizard resulted in the birth of several demigods. She granted her lover immortality and decided that she would act as the patron mother of the wizards. Although wizards are not considered a separate race, they had their own goddess to whom they paid tribute. Huh. The Corpse Compendium. The Second Life, Death Rites and Rituals Among the 7 Races, Volume 1, Imps and Orcs. In all cases, the disposal or preservation of imp corpses is left to the discretion of their masters. Typically, imps are simply burned with the evening's refuse or buried alongside the dead pets of the master they served. In rare cases, especially obedient or well-loved imps will be given traditional death rites according to the imp's master race. In the case of embalming, imps pose no special problems. In fact, they require rather less formaldehyde than a typical man, elf, or dwarf. Chapter 2. Orcs. Though their practices may appear savage to the untrained eye, death inspires a complex and sometimes beautiful aspect of the Orcish culture. According to common Orcish religion, Amun-Hor, the All-Mother, receives the souls of the dead. Thus death is typically celebrated, not mourned. The dead's corpse is buried immediately, and beautiful totems of other relics are erected atop the grave. These are meant to please the All-Mother when she comes for the spirit of the dead. Next, tribe members from toddlers to elders, the Queen included, form a great ring, and each by each relate a cherished memory of the deceased. Thus the life and the passing of the deceased are recalled with joy and excitement. However, if any are caught mourning the dead, in word or by tears, the punishment is death. Oh wow. For surely any who would mourn the passing of a soul to the All-Mother is a traitor and a disbeliever. This journal, I'm pretty sure we already read. Yes. Evelyn's diary. We've got the reveal spell. We who seek this hidden place the conduit keep, we who dare to speak the spell the goddess fear, we who step through yonder gate the hunters hate.
I mustn't have used it correctly.
Oh, maybe I've got to use it inside. I'll go back inside and use it, okay? Evelyn's diary. Once Diamara arrives with the staff, I will be utterly unstoppable. It was... Oh, for fuck's sake, Diamara. How pleased the conduit will be, how great the reward she'll grant when she sees the evidence of my dedication. The counsellor will be of no concern to her now. I have taken the necessary precautions to disguise the northwest beach lair from prying eyes, so that only those with the knowledge of the spell may enter. I do say Aru's little terror taking control of the northern path leading there was quite the unexpected boon. Few are the fools who will face that monstrosity, and my lair will remain undisturbed. May the goddess guide me. Octavianus I. I've word that the conduit has done away with the so-called White Witch. Good riddance. She haunts Luculla Forest like an ill phantom, wailing over the natural order. Without her meddling, the strong will rise and the weak will fall, as is their nature. The Immaculate Way will flourish.
So, she's got a lair on the beach, does she?
Perhaps that's where she stashed Jake's body.
I actually don't need to... Don't need to go back in there, it's clearly on the beach. It is clearly on the beach. I do have some leveling up to do, but I think we've got a few more quests that we need to do. Right, we need to go to the counsellor. Which is there, yeah, so just past the inn. Wait, here. Got to talk to the cat and see why she doesn't want to form a bonding, lasting relationship with the cat in the inn. Hi Cecil, where's your cat?
Oh, you haven't left town yet, have you? Jolly good. Join me, why don't you, for a scandalously milky saucer of feral leaf tea?
About Unsinkable Sam.
Oh, he's a darling old Tom, isn't he? Paws over tails in love with me, and who can blame him? The feeling's, well, it's rather mutual, actually. But that pet of a puss simply doesn't have a penny to his name. At the risk of sounding as shallow as a spaniel, I can't but admit my love does not come unconditionally. What if we were to have kittens, he and I? They'd jolly well starve, wouldn't they, with an alley cat for a papa? Oh dear Sam, he's such a good old bean. But he does rather reside at the bottom of the scratching pole, doesn't he? And dear me, one must have at least a mite of standards.
Oh no. Okay. Let's go give him the bad news.
Do I seem like the sort who concerns myself with such things?
Where are you, Sam? There you are.
You'll be concerned enough when you realize that.
Where's young Esmeralda these days? She has the softest lap to lay in.
About Maxine.
Aye, so there's the rub. I am but a stray, and she is the mayor's cat. Oh, I do understand her, I do. She wants a Tom of means, not privation. One who brings home the sardines and the occasional halibut. Would that I still had my collar. Such a marvel it was, as bejeweled as the night sky with precious stones, said to have once been worn by a far-off Maharaja's best hunting cheater. Like the king of all cats I looked when I wore it. A gift bestowed upon me by a princess whom I had kept company during a long and perilous voyage. A precious band of gemstones, lost as I was tossed around by the waves like a ball in a game of catch. Among the waves it remains, I imagine. Worn perhaps by a crab who fancies himself a Caesar with it. If only I could be the Caesar again, and Maxine my Caesarina.
Okay. So you want me to find your collar. Got it. And what else do we have?
Surely you've met your match once or twice.
That was... Yeah, so he's probably in the cave to the north. They want me to do that. The councillor's wife.
Careful now. Your head's grown
We found a book in Esmeralda's house that details the means of committing the perfect murder. Esmeralda explained the book we found was actually Jake's. At the scene of the crime, we found a love letter to the Duke Ferrell. They must have had quite the romance, but was it enough to instigate the murder of Councillor Jake? Elf-Orc blood feud. We met an old elf who asked us to meet him. Oh yeah. Okay, let's go see what this is about. His room is upstairs. Here he is. Let's do a save.
Ah, you have come. Yes, that is most satisfactory. Begone, brittle mask of age. Hear me now repeat the words of Brittletooth, the child snatcher of Carador. Come, play with me, for I'm hungry. Come, play, play, play.
What?
The game, yes! A game of blood and brutality, of death and dexterity. Fun as herring the horror harlequin. But, like the serpentine stalker hisses before the stab, hush now. Darkness, darling. Hush, hush, and listen to my tale. The elves of Gandavum. They lived in peace. Oh, yes. But one night, when the moon had hid her face, the orcs of the tribe of Kazuldagar beset our city. They cooked and ate and burned every last one of us. The light of dawn never saw an elf of Gandavum no more. All undone. Every last one of us. Except for me, the midnight rambler, away from the city. I was very old back then already, though indeed I whisper of many years hence. But death shall not find me. Oh no, not until every beast of Kazuldagar has been bled. I may be frail, a withered grey, but the wealth of kings is mine. Countless assassins have ministered to the vengeance that is my want, and now is almost over. By Kala, Lady of the Last Gaze, I swear it is almost done. Only the very last one of the Kazuldagar still eludes me. The crowning kill that would seal its fate and mine alike. I have tracked her down,
By the curse of the spine spear I have. She does not know her ill-shapen sun is setting fast. Color the dusk red, O sword of youth. Bloody the day with the bramble sap that runs through the veins of Victoria. Bring me the amulet that clings to her flesh, soon to fade. And yours shall be the bounty of vindication. Mine shall be its sanguine satisfaction after long, long last.
So my target would be Victoria, a girl orc.
Yes, Victoria. She is the one whose heart must be held in hand. The heart around which the fingers of that hand must clench and tighten until its choking flesh bulges with blood and its beat slowly breaks. The orcs of Gazuldagar, they knew my name. Oh yes, by the bite of the roving rattler, they knew my design. And so they sought to save their last, an infant, she who was to be queen. To no avail, oh no. Years, how many I know not. Years I searched, and now she has been found. Her name is that of a woman, her employment that of a civilized being. But by the fork of Barbara Maneater, she is nothing but an orc, a cyst of nature, one of a misbegotten litter dragged into life from the tumoured womb of a filthy, coarse-haired beast that was humped like a dog in the darkness of a stinking hollow. Victoria.
Jesus.
Librarian. Daughter. Adopted child of Cecil, Mayor of Sicile. There is bloodlust in you. I can feel it. Let it out. Set it free. Undo the last of the Kazuldagar. By the breasts of Sishara Goatsuckler, give me my revenge!
Okay, bye.
That was quite the radical change we witnessed. I never would have thought that the benign old man we met outside would turn out to be a vengeance-driven aficionado of assassins.
He is as much as savage as those orcs, and how is Victoria guilty of her tribe's crime if she was but a babe at the time?
Indeed. Victoria probably doesn't even know about her past, and yet she's on a, let's call him eccentrics, hit list.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Right, however, I've been playing probably far longer than I intended to, so I'm going to call it a day there. Stream schedule's going to be fucked for the foreseeable because of Christmas and stuff. I probably still will stream on Tuesday, Wednesday, maybe, and then Thursday onwards it's going to be just hit and miss. Yeah, we'll see. When I stream, it'll say, "Hey, streaming, come and watch" and stuff. Otherwise, have a very good Christmas, and I will see you in the new year, or maybe on another stream that I do before the new year. Who knows? I don't. Fuck it. Okay, bye.